we're opening a free grocery store sponsored by Poly Market, but it was only going to last like a week.
No, that was something that happened. Oh my gosh, that's super. What is that? Water, vegetable juice, fruit juice, 100%. Black tea, green tea, natural flavors, vitamin C. It seems like a much better alternative if you have to drink. I have to drink. I do like V8 and like a Bloody Mary, but no. Oh my gosh, that happened. But it's non-GMO, gluten-free, no artificial colors, no sugar added. I get anxiety, and like it makes me like, I don't know. I have to drink. Damn, they're so good. Having even more anxiety because so I have to be careful. I have to be careful with. That definitely helps. Having even more.
Hit like if you like the show. If you don't like the show, don't hit like or hit thumbs down. Be like, this guy sucks. I don't mind. But if you do like the show, hit that like button. It really does. I gotta remind YouTube that I'm here. They are not distributing things out.
How's it going, guys? We got some more Jeremy today as Luther Morgan, friend of the show and author of the lolcow books, video exposing coffee brand coffee was mysteriously flagged down. It's funny how that happened, eh? Funny how that happened. We have some miscellaneous feltonings of Jeremy over the weekend, but I think I have to ask the chat, how was your weekend? My weekend was actually pretty good. So I went to go see this flower festival, which sounds pretty fruity. And there's going to be fruit in this story, by the way, so this is why I bring it up. But at the moment, oops, wrong one. Sorry, this one. All right. So I went to go see this flower festival, which is pretty cool, honestly. And everyone in Japan is like celebrating because these blue flowers, everyone. And everyone's making the same joke about how Himmel the Hero would have loved this. And I went out there and I said, you know what? Felting the quartering is what Himmel the Hero would have wanted. But as we were going back through the subway, there's a bunch of these paintings, and my girlfriend loves like art. She's like a fine art person. She's always dragging me to museums and things. I saw this painting and I started giggling and I was like taking a picture of it. And she's like, "Oh, you're getting interested in art?" And I was like, "No, it's just like you wouldn't get it." And I'm just like, "What are the oranges for, though? What are the oranges for, though, Chad?" Although we actually have that. Let's have a quick call in from the Orange channel. Let's have a look.
But what are the oranges for? Well, I bet it tasted good. Let me know what you think.
Fuck off and get your own content. Stinky fuck for panda.
Very good, very good. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. The levels of Jeremy stealing content, and honestly, a lot of people get their channels taken down for reused content or like content slop. But this is count how many words Jeremy says before he just straight up steals this person's video. It is honestly makes me infuriated.
You've got to be kidding me.
That's it. That's it. Less than 3 seconds of content, and he plays a minute and 44 of somebody else's video where apparently he surprised her with a new house, but she got upset when she found out it wasn't in her name. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. 5, what is that, 6 words? 6 words. This man is throwing out 6 words and claiming that, oh, it's fine. It's just fine. Wait until you hear his defense of this. It is actually just like another, like, holy shit, it makes my blood boil. I'm going to have to get some delicious tea to calm down, maybe from the Dragon's Treasure using code COPE, who knows. Plus, Manny with a 100 rupees says, suffer, Jer. The suffering is going to continue because, you know, we've got these other, like, small channels like myself and Yellow Flash been covering the quartering. And but the Kino Casino will be back, I believe, on the 22nd after Ashton gets back from his state mandated vacation. C3 Metal Thingy says too, says, how was your weekend up to? Very good. Thank you very much. Trent Johnson with a Trent, it's a 30 in his name, not a $30. $2 says, let's go, Felted, etc. And AG Biochemist says, suffer cornering. But then Coffee Cat says, my plagiarism is under attack. Indeed it is. I got to quote the Kiwi Farms for all the stolen jokes that I'll be using today. There was actually one here that's pretty fun, which was, I believe, by Pure Soap. It has now been 9 days since Ham Planet video hit 100,000 views. It's so over, gout bros. Unbelievable. We also have Robert Lawrence gifting 1 sub, and Talk of the White with a $2 saying, use code criminal for all your tea needs on the Dragon's Treasure. I would use code COPE, but actually the tea man is putting me out of business because, as I understand it right now, there's a 15% discount on all tea using the code JUBIL. Now, I don't get anything for telling you this because my code is code COPE, which only gives you 10% off. So I guess you can either give me 5% or not and just get 15% off delicious tea on the Dragon's Treasure. I'm not sure how we're going to ever recover from this, actually. With my inferior code. I think Lawrence also gifted another 2 subs. Thank you very much. All right. So what should we get? Let's get into the miscellaneous stuff first, I think. So Jeremy has his channel, RC Nightmare, one of his many channels. We'll just play a quick part about this. Let's see what he's been up to. This is how Jeremy got up to his weekend. Hold on. Did this a little bit.
A little bit. I've been doing all my spring stuff, so I'm all extra.
Oh my God. He looks rough. He looks so rough. The face touch. Oh, he looks rough, buddy. His kidney is under attack, if you want to know the truth about it. But like, this video was entitled, I am in fact not dead. Oh no, I've got to hide the thing there so you can see it. I am in fact not dead. And let's just have a quick look at the comments. Does the bull play RC cars too? So this is where Jeremy goes when the bull is over. How's everyone consumer fraud going this weekend? How was your weekend with your bull? Look at those eyes. He's tweaking. How was your weekend? Most disappointing announcement ever that the quartering was confirmed not dead over the weekend. Oh my goodness. He's orangeless. Indeed. Now, we have a quick one here from Nick Monroe, who found a Tim Pool quote. Tim Pool describes Jeremy doing obviously alcoholic things that warranted a block on social media. Let's have a quick review of this, eh?
And then that night he was supposed to be on, he went on a different show and criticized me for not talking about it.
Wow, dude.
And then I'll let everybody who's a member know why I blocked him, because he sent me a message at 2 a.m, which came off as a veiled threat. I will try and quote it verbatim what he said. I know our audiences want a war, but I don't. Please tell me your guy is taking her to task.
Wow.
And I just said, I'm done with this.
So he's telling you to do what he wants, basically.
Well, the context there is beyond what he said. My understanding, and I don't know if Shane probably doesn't want me to say this, but messages had been received basically threatening us that if we did not write a negative story about her, we would regret it. Mm-hmm. And then a couple hours later, Jeremy sends me that message and I just said, I'm not playing these fucking games, dude. Yeah. And I just blocked him. Oh, yeah. And people were like, but why did Tim block him? Well, I don't know. Maybe it was because he made YouTube thumbnails of my face with Jack Murphy's beard. Mm-hmm. Shit talked to me while saying, but Tim's my friend. But you know, and then.
So there you go. And isn't this so similar? Doesn't this all sound the same? Drunken texts at 2 a.m. Exactly the type that was Josh Moon was receiving. He was photoshopping Tim Pool with the Cuck Murphy beard, a man that Jeremy went hard on for being a cuckold. But when it's turned out that he's a cuckold, suddenly it's not okay. It's not okay to come after him. Now, Jeremy has been doing some cope controls over on his YouTube channel. If you go to his community tab, you can see he's already thirst posting with this, I guess these Stormy Daniel pictures before and after, trying to get any sort of interaction, because that's all he cares about. He only cares if number goes up. He literally has no beliefs, no morals, no soul. He just wants to see as much, basically bing, bing, wahoo as possible, and also just numbers going up. But he decided to post on his community tab. This is an interesting one. So he says, let me just bring up this up. So it's maximize first of all. There we go. Hey guys, I know this week has been pretty insane. The internet is doing what the internet does. It's disgusting rumors about my wife and marriage are, of course, not true, LOL. What's with the LOL? This isn't a laughing matter, Jeremy. We've been doxxed. people had been showing up at our house. Now, we're going to put a pin in this one because there's some interesting facts have shown up about this. Well, maybe some, not so much facts, but some interesting theories. Disgusting Photoshop pictures of my wife are circulating the internet, and well, just about everyone has jumped in, as they should. Jeremy needs to be made an example of. And I'm not saying he should be deplatformed, but everybody should know that he's toxic. Everybody should know that he's radioactive, and nobody should associate with him. He should just be relegated to the cut corner where he belongs to be and just die in obscurity. That's what he deserves. Because when you start flooring the flags, taking people's channels down, nobody benefits from this. Everyone suffers. People start coming in. The audience starts participating, and then there's just nothing left. So you have to show people that this is not okay. And I guess it's been like 10 years since Mundane Matt did this. So the internet has to be reminded. And apparently Jeremy's the one that's going to remind them. First of all, I'd just like to say, he's been saying that people are like making his wife an internet person. He's posting his wife on the internet. She's certainly married down. He married up. Apparently she can fly planes and stuff, which Jeremy's buying for her and everything like that as well. So maybe, I don't know how it's working. But if your wife is under attack and you're like, people are photoshopping her, why are you posting pictures of her on the internet? And she's not like a private person, actually, but she does have her face on all of these channels. On I think it was on the Coffee Brand Coffee channel as well, or their website, as well as the RC Clawstruck things and things like that as well. So it's not like she wasn't like this mystery person and nobody that they used some sort of detective moves to dig up. It wasn't the case. Jeremy's putting her first and foremost. It's kind of ironic that in this picture she's behind him because he's hiding behind his wife. Nobody was going after her. They were always going after Jeremy for shitting on his wife in public and for flirting with other women while he was married, live on air, very clearly. All right. My friends have been doxxed. Well, first of all, the friend is the Jubal. This is the guy that Jeremy has coming over to play darts with him this weekend after he said he was going to stop associating with him because of his confirmed criminal domestic violent convictions, as well as the disgusting behavior he was getting up to in Minnesota with the Reddit stuff that was all uncovered, where he was just using his full name, same profile name, face on his profile picture, things like that. It wasn't like this was hidden. They were doing it in plain sight, but now somebody finally noticed. Because the Kino Casino boys were the only ones that could dig through the pile of shit to find those diamonds. So that's the friend that's been doxxed. My in-laws are dealing with online psychos. First of all, what is Jeremy's catchphrase? What is Jeremy's catchphrase? Here it is. Where is it?
Show me the receipts. You know what? I printed a T-shirt today that I think I'm going to link in this video, and I'm going to donate all the proceeds to whatever the most reputable like men's shelter is.
By the men's shelter, he means his own house. All the profits from this donations are going to men himself. So when it's other people, show me the receipts. When it's him, he hasn't shown anything. The only thing he has shown is just that, like, some Twitter notification saying that someone was trying to log into your account, which was probably him because he was logging in and out of accounts to basically argue with himself to make it seem like he's better. And there's actually some interesting conspiracy theory that I think Camelot came up with on this pinned quote. We'll get to that in a second. All right, let me see. My in-laws are dealing with online psychos. They're emailing my sponsors. They've tried striking down dozens of my videos and sending stuff to my house. Everyone is just pretending it's all jokes. But half of this stuff happened. To any of them, they would be singing a different tune. Jeremy's been doing this to people for their entire careers. He flagged down, like, what is that, 8 Thoughts guy? This is a pattern of behavior. We've had to involve law enforcement over some of this insanity too. Again, can we see the police reports? No? Okay. Some of the stuff I can't even talk about. And honestly, I don't want to because it would just encourage it more. What they really want from me is to fill up my channel with videos arguing with them. No, this is exactly what he's been arguing for. He's been begging to go on the Kino Casino for months, just so he can shill his shitty coffee while they make fun of him, because every time he's actually been in a debate, he rolls over and shows his udder so that they can milk him. This post alone will give these people who used to pretend they were my friends online another video to make. Every time I debunk one lie. Are the debunked lies in the room with us now? Every time I debunk one lie, they just make up a different one. Everything I refute, they just move the goalpost. No, this is absolute bullshit. And if you're wondering why he's doing this, why is he doing this on the community tab, which basically nobody interacts with, it's because this is the last bastion of people that'll give him the bing bing points, the woohoo, oh, he liked the video. These are the people that have no idea what the drama is. They don't follow it. They just want to see the Trump slop MAGA daily news updates while Jeremy, I guess, wastes the rest of their lives with his nonsense without ever forming an actual opinion except what other people think about. So these are the people that he's appealing to that don't know the full story. He's trying to get out ahead of it and say, like, these people are harassing me. It's about going after my wife. It's all lies. It's all bullshit. Apparently, I have some power to summarily ban any video making fun of me, and yet thousands were pumped out this week alone, and oddly, they all remain live. LOL. Well, that's not true. Over, I believe, 10 videos have gone down over this. I know of 7 personally, and we're going to be looking at one of the videos that was taken down by Luther Morgan later today when we get to that section about coffee brand coffee. It's full-blown cancel mob from dozens of channels that purport to be anti-cancel culture. Again, it's just more projection. This is exactly what he does. One thing I can say is being on the receiving end of it, I fully regret ever taking part in this stuff. Again, just it's like self-incriminating him, which I have done in the past and won't be doing again. I'm going to press X to doubt. Do you think that Jeremy is going to never take part in this behavior again? If you think Jeremy's a good, honest boy, press 1. If you think he's a liar and he's going to be doing this tomorrow, then press 2 in the chat. Not looking for sympathy, but if you're looking for me to engage with these people, I am not going to be doing that. They don't want an apology. They want control. No, they want their channel back and they want an apology and they want you to stop being a cuckold. There are loads of videos critical of me online. They've been there for years. Well, they're not all of them because you've been taking them down all over these years. Anytime someone is funnier than Jeremy, that's when he goes after them. By the way, I do have a Kick channel with just a few subscribers, memecopium on Kick. I'll put this in the old comments. Go sub to that just in case. You never know. You never know. It's always good to have a backup. Oh, where was I? Here we are. There are loads of videos critical about me online. They've been there for years. If you really believe I spend every waking hour taking down every video critical, I mean, this is just like got to try and be careful with my words here because you never know what they're going to come after now. No. Argumentum ad absurdum. No. You're just taking down particular videos that are critical of you. Of course, you can't take down them all because they're growing. Every time you take down 1, 5 more show up in their place. That's how it should be. There is an ocean of evidence against that. There is nothing. The only evidence that Jeremy has showed that he's a good boy, didn't do nothing, is that he showed his quartering channel report history, which showed nothing, and he showed several other channels later when pressed. However, he refused to. The very first time he refused to show the report history was when people asked to see the Magic the Gathering, I guess, headquarters. I think it's changed now to Unsleeved Media. That's when they asked to see that one because that was the one that revealed that he was reporting to YouTube on that account. He hasn't shown any evidence that he's innocent. I don't care if people are critical of me. What's going on right now is just the internet doing its thing. I get it. I apologize to my wife, who's been enduring disturbing stuff, so much so now that she is terrified to answer the door because psychos are showing up at our home. Can we see the Ring camera for that? No? Okay. Oh, wait. One mysterious guy on Twitter responded to your post and you said it would DM to him and then he verified that it was true. And he also said that your house was a beautiful big house. Sounds a bit suspect to me. To my co-hosts and on my live stream, because they have been getting insane harassment for literally no reason. Oh my goodness. He's like a histrionic woman, isn't he? To my family for having to deal with these weirdos. And I apologize to all of you who just want to get the news and don't have any idea why the comments turn into a war zone. Don't bother engaging on my behalf. These people are not engaging in good faith. I'm going to stick to what I do. And that's report. I mean, that part's true. He's going to stick to the reports, the news, and try and give you my take. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Have a great weekend. Now, Jeremy was doing something weird. There's this comment here by Lucid Larry 616, a channel that like has no basically any activity on it at all, except it was created in 2017. So this mysterious commenter comes out. Maybe they're legitimate. I don't know. But it says, womp womp. Maybe don't flag videos and let the bull plow your wife, dumbass. We will never be done making fun of you. You deserve so much worse than this. Have a shitty night. The quartering pinned this. And this actually wasn't the first comment that he pinned, but it looks like he was going out of his way to find commenters that kind of lead into his explanation of the event. So he can say to his audience, look, this is what they're doing. They're just unhinged lunatics. And there has been some theories. I think Camelot came up with this theory that this guy is one of the quartering alt accounts or some guy that he knows, because we can't seem to find anything about this guy. I think the original one that he commented was, let me see where it was. Do I have this one? I think I had it, but maybe I don't. Maybe I put it somewhere else. There was another one. Give me just a second. Was it? Maybe I'll find it later. What do you guys think, chat? Do you think this is a false flag? Is he sending in the boys to argue for him? Who knows? Rice Paddy Master with a 5 says the house always wins. Indeed, they're going to be making so much money. They're going to make like $10,000 in the first 2 minutes. Kind of a support that Jeremy can only dream of. Garbage Takes with a 2 says he swept the comments on this post heavily too. Yeah, he's got like word filters active. He's got people sweeping the comments. He's trying to craft the entire narrative, but it's not working. People are seeing through it. And J-Rock with a 2 says, whoa, buddy. Thank you very much. I have a bit of a cold today, so I'll try and, you may have noticed, but I'll try and do my best for the show. Now, we have a miscellaneous whoa, buddy here, I guess. Ethan Ralph of the Quartering. This is kind of sorry. Ethan Ralph of the Quartering. Ethan Ralph of the Kill Stream says, Scarlett Hampton and I are looking for all pertinent information on the Quartering. We are considering flying out this week to film our documentary on Jeremy Quartering Hambly. Scarlett already lives there and is our insider Wisconsin agent. So the Ralph males on the scene. This could be a very bountiful harvest this year. We're going to have to wait and see. The Quartering responded saying, please do not show up at my house. I promise you whatever clip you may get will not be worth it. Have a nice day. He's scared. He's scared of the Ralph Marley. Ethan Ralph says, are you threatening me, bro? I'm coming to do a documentary in your hometown. Now, the funny thing about it is that Hotep, Bad Banner on Twitter, says, when Nick Shirley does an investigation in journalism about fraud, the Quartering is okay with it. But if Ethan Ralph does an investigation about fraud, that's not okay. Again, it's rules for thee, not for me. My life private, your life public. The Quartering here said, quick, Nick Shirley video tomorrow is going to make the daycare fraud look like peanuts. Now, obviously, Ralph shouldn't do anything illegal, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to the convergence of spears going on. There's been some pretty entertaining stuff happening in the sector. It's kind of being brought back to life. Very, very fun. Very fun. All right, let me see here. What do we got? We got to play a clip while I try and clear my nose a bit. Let's see. Let's have a miscellaneous clip on Jeremy on Stonks. Let's come on now. There we go. There it is.
Market is absolutely flying right now. I don't have any stocks, any stonks to really speak of, so I'm not I'm glad if you do. I'm glad I hope
he's stockless
that you're making. I hope that lots of people are making money. I mean, people that bought the dip this time was legendary. Sorry, Williamson, I got that.
Also, fun point about the word legendary. The Bull is the only person left in Jeremy's Quartering Discord, and he has the status of Quartering legend. Nobody else has this. So what is this? How do you get that? Do you have to plow his wife to get the Quartering legendary status?
I thought I missed another super chat here. Yeah. Wood using the Rumble wallet, tipping in Bitcoin. So for today, I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that
okay, this is included in the clip. Very good. I have a different clip of this, but we may as well just talk about it now.
Low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about.
I just love that he just acknowledges that it's short slop. He just knows it's garbage, but he's seething about it. Low effort short slop, which is I mean, that 6 words, he's just going to paste on every video going forward, because that can apply to basically anything. There's nothing transformative about it. There's nothing critical about it. There's nothing comedy about it. It's straight up content theft, and honestly is against YouTube's terms of service when it comes to reused content. But I'll go back to the beginning of this, because he's about to say something very funny. The counter, it's big, buddy. It's really big.
To do a bunch of low effort. I thought I missed another super chat here. Yeah. Wood using the Rumble wallet, tipping in Bitcoin. So for today, I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about. I've got to do that, even though everyone does it. And, you know, instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself. So I've got to do that.
What a thing to say. Low effort, short slop. Instead of complaining about it, just do it yourself. Hey, look, I know everybody's robbing the Walmart, but instead of complaining about it, why don't you just do it yourself and get some free Lego sets? What is like, this is what makes society disgusting. Like, this is the attitude that destroys everything. Instead of trying to make high effort shorts or entertaining shorts or your own original content, he's just like, look, you can get away with it. So why don't you just do it too instead of complaining? This is the behavior that Quartering complains about when he sees people rioting in the streets during like protests, when he sees people like tearing down neighborhoods. This is exactly the mentality that those people have. Instead of trying to fix things and trying to sort of make things better, just get your piece of the pie and run away, because that's all that matters. It's actual cancer, honestly. I do make shorts from time to time, and I try and put effort into them. I mean, effort for shorts. Like, I think I spend like maybe 1 hour making a short on average. And usually I don't get my return on those. I have a couple shorts with over 1 million views, and they make like about $160, which is fine, I guess, for an hour's work. But typically the rest of them don't do that. But then when I see people like Jeremy doing this, I'm like, why should I even bother? He just says 6 words. What do you think about it? And then he just steals people's content. Why should anyone make any quality content when you can just rip off other people's work and upload it your own and rake in a few dollars? And the reason he does this is because he's trying to get YouTube like sponsorships and things, but it's like, look, I've had 30 million views in a month. That clearly you owe me $100,000 in your sponsorship for your garbage that I'm going to shill that I don't even care about. He doesn't even memorize the ad lines. He just looks down at his phone and reads whatever they say. Disgusting behavior. How's it going, Andrew? Hope you're having a good day. Don't let Josh gaslight you. He is the laziest dino creator out there. I slaved away in the dinosaur mines on the gaming stream over the weekend for 7 hours, okay? 7 hours of bonking people with my Pachycephalosaurus. Anyway, I'm being triggered right now. Let's continue. I actually don't know what the rest of the clip says.
I've got to do a different ad for a sponsor, and those two.
Go on.
I thought you had Rumble stock. I did, but I sold all my stock.
I don't think I mentioned this last time, or maybe I did. But like, so Rumble pays Jeremy millions of dollars. At least they have. They've paid him $1.9 million according to his dashboard that he leaked, and he has about 900,000 in his pending payments. We're not exactly sure how that works though. But he sold all his Rumble stock because he doesn't believe in the company. Josh Moon of the Kiwi Farms decided to spend the money he made on Rumble, with about a couple $1,000s, to invest in the Rumble platform, and he has currently lost a quarter of his investment. That's what you get if you invest in the platform that Jeremy is doing his darndest to destroy.
Like 4 months ago, because it was causing me I already have like bad anxiety.
He has anxiety.
Like, waking up to like Elon tweeting something or Trump tweeting something and losing $20,000, and then waking up the next day and have it go up $30,000, then back down. I couldn't do it. I just put all my money in like high yield savings accounts. You know,
he's literally got Scrooge McDuck's vault. Is that what he's got? Is that what he's building at the compound in Wisconsin? The money vault? Or it's just rotting? Oh my goodness. He's anxious. Imagine being 44 and not having any stonks. Of course it goes up and down. That's the entire point. But over the duration of time, you hope it gets better. At least put it in index. At least just buy index, right? Like the S&P 500 or something. High yield savings account, 1.2%. Oh my goodness. He's actually cooked. Like, because he exposed that he's only making about $2,000 a month on Rumble currently, because he got kicked out of the premium creator program, whatever it is. And he has to do his shorts homework. He has to upload like a certain amount of short slop. But he's got got all these mortgage payments and everything. It's crazy. Like, if he stops making money on YouTube, he actually might just die. Inflation is 3%. Yield is 1.2%. It's bad. It's bad, boys.
Like, I found like a couple savings accounts that pay about 5% interest, and that's what I did. And
a couple. 5% is okay. That's kind of what inflation is in New Zealand, though. I don't know if I believe him about this, though.
I've been sleeping a lot better. It was so crazy. Like,
this is a lie. He can't sleep. By the way, he said that he was going to quit alcohol. Was it might make him sleep better a couple of like 4 days ago? He was drunk that 2 days later. Drunk tweeting on Maine. I'd probably tell you he wasn't, that he's a good boy, but I think we can tell. But he can't sleep so badly that he has to wake up at 2 a.m. and record 150 shorts. Now we know how he's doing it, because every short is 6 words.
I would wake up. You had that much on Rumble. I had almost 10,000 shares. And I think, like, again, like, not just Rumble, but I had like Tesla, Walmart. I had like your standard bucket. I also had money.
It's funny that he used to have Walmart stock, because he makes videos criticizing Walmart, because he was very mad about them, because apparently they're putting in digital price tags, which I guess he was saying that they could use for surge pricing. Like if there's like, another toilet paper shortage, the toilet paper goes up 25% or something. And Jeremy's very mad about that, because he has to get there before the person with the sticker gun comes out.
In both, like, I had a lot of different stocks. I just couldn't handle the stress of being an individual stockholder. Like, that's it. It was crazy. And the thing is, like, if I would have just left it all in, I'd be up. So don't do it.
Exactly. Buy high, sell low. That's what I do. Jeremy, here's your master businessman, sir. Doesn't this guy allege to have an MBA? By the way, we're going to get into the quartering literacy thing in a little while, but this man claims that he didn't read a single book during his entire time at university. I guess his degree is just, he was used as a shit ticket or something. I don't know, but it's worthless.
Don't be a panicking. If I left it all in, I would be up way more than 5%.
Yes,
but I just couldn't handle it.
That's how stocks work. If you panic sell, then you're the bag holder.
So it was swinging like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a day.
Swinging like his wife was doing this weekend.
I just couldn't do it. The second I got like back to slightly over even, I just got the hell out. I couldn't handle it. The stock market isn't for me. Like, it's not for me.
Dead air. Yes, Jeremy?
Yeah, mutual funds would be better.
Looking for the chat's opinion so that he can say something?
Yeah, I put it in. I have a SEP IRA, mutual funds, and those high yield savings. I think there's a X bank account which pays pretty high too. I haven't looked into that.
X bank account? I don't know
That's
about
why you buy
that.
mixes, not individual stocks. Yes, everything you're saying is right. Everything you're saying is right.
So he's
I
just
just
an
didn't
idiot.
have the constitution for it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was too much.
We have 900 people on the stream. Can we get the likes over 400? Look, here's the deal. I'll ask for the likes one time, okay? This is my first like. Well, look, if the YouTube stream gets over 400 likes, YouTube distributes out more, and more people see Jeremy and what a piece of shit he is, and what he's doing to small creators like Alyssa Clips and Luther Morgan and the Kino Clip channel, even though they're a pretty big channel, or at least they were before Jeremy took them out. So hit the like of the button if you can. If not, then just enjoy the show, I suppose.
It was too much. Stocks are one of those things. They're long-term investment. I just got obsessed. Like, I kept checking it. It was like, even though I got in a good time on like a lot of different stocks, I'm happy that everybody made money.
Except for
I'm happy
him.
that everybody's crushing it today. I think like.
Do you sound happy, son? Oh no, not the typing it. Like, honestly, the biggest detractor of Jeremy is the search bar. Every time he types into this, something else comes out. I guess this is probably a good segue.
Today.
I wonder if it comes up in
think,
this part
like-
here. Let me just have a quick look. Free software downloads, reviews of Windows. He's downloading the Downtown Abbey movie. Actually, it's a fun movie.
Dow Jones.
All right, I think that's enough of that. All right, let's see if I have this here. Where is the straight? Here it is. So Jeremy was typing into his rat betrayal search bar. He typed in for StreamYard, and you can see that STR came up. So I guess he's searching for strength builds and ARPGs, which is terrible. You should always go agility builds. But anyway, you can see here that he searched for the straight line of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz, and he misspelt it. He can't spell straight. He forgot the T. This man can't even find Iran on a map when he's purporting to be a political live streamer. He's misspelled it as the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, that's how he spelled it. He didn't even spell the word straight correctly. Oh my goodness. Your political live streamer, sir. He's never read a book. Yeah, this is true. He said, it even says right down here, Strait of Hormuz live tracker. He's illiterate. He's T-less. That's true. He does have low T. That makes sense. Some very funny chatters in the stream today. Oh dear. That rat search bar. By the way, this is found up on the Kiwi Farms. And obviously I've named my stream after this in his honor. But this is one of his old YouTube videos. YouTube moron finds out. Again, it's just more Jeremy versus Jeremy. Very funny stuff. Very entertaining. What is this? Oh yeah, this is an old clip. This is a very old clip. This is from the illustrious Kill stream. Back before Ralph was banned.
Thomas, we've had enough. Quartering, you're on the air on the Kill stream.
Did you kick him?
Yeah, I did. Quartering, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm in your I hopped in your Discord and I see automatically in the NSFW chat and what appears to be Shoonhead's breasts.
So this was revenge pornography that was released by Shoonhead. Jeremy has mentioned this multiple times in the past.
I don't know anything about that.
You can take that in lieu of the $500.
I don't know.
No. I've already seen this image. No, it's
so he's already gooned to it as well. By the way, he recognizes those titties.
Got to be 500. Period.
God, not worth it. Sorry.
No.
So you're here now.
Now, the reason I bring this up is that Jeremy, when he was starting to cope and seethe initially against the Kino Casino clip channel, before he released the emails where it showed that he was reporting channels, Shoonhead went to him and said, look, dude, this is not okay. This is the golden rule. Do not mention this. So this clip, like we just watched, this is from like 10 years ago or something, like a very long time ago. Back when the Kill stream was still on YouTube, as you can see, he's getting all these super chats, which is now, it's now on Rumble, I believe. But anyway, so Jeremy at this time wanted to remind everyone that Shoonhead had these revenge pornography leaked of her. And a lot of her audience doesn't know about this. But just this last few weeks, when the Kino Cassette channel went down, Shoonhead said to him and said, look, this is not enough. This is too much. You got to stop doing this. He again mentioned this to her in like a sneaky way, like, oh, I had your back when your nudes were leaked, and like just exposing to her audience on her timeline that these things are available for her. And many of her audience probably doesn't know these exist. Absolute gooner behavior and honestly quite disgusting. BobTube with a 5 says Jer is 100% Hormuz sexual. Very funny. And Billy Oki with a 3 Singaporean dollars says, happy birthday, Angry Mustache Man. Who's the Angry Mustache Man? I don't know who that is. Jeremy doesn't. I mean, Jeremy's got a beard, but his birthday was over the weekend, I don't think. All right. What's this one? We got the June Harvest. Let's have a look. So Jeremy decided, Jeremy's after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, Jeremy's put out like 20 videos grifting and putting all these crazy conspiracy theories about him. He was one of the first people to do, and I can understand putting out 1 or 2 videos as soon as it happens, sure, because he is doing politics and stuff. But he was doing it every hour of the day for days, like 5 videos a day for like 5 days straight. It was insane the amount of grifting he was doing after Charlie Kirk. But one thing he said was, what is this? Never mind. One thing he said is that he was going to go to church, he was going to have babies, he was going to be a Christian, and now he's laughing as a Christian. This is not Christian behavior. But he bought like this $10,000 like diamond cross to try and flex on people. But he said today, the harvest, it is indeed plenteous, but the laborers are few. Hard hit today at church. I was just reminding everyone, he's such a good Christian boy. I went to church today. You can see this is actually a photo real. This isn't AI. This is just real. You can see there the $10,000 cross that proves. Obviously, he's just trying to like impress Melanie Mack with her Christian grift, even though she's a complete hypocrite, because by her own words, she shouldn't be hanging around with drunkards, people that worship false idols, people that hold false witness, all of this stuff. Jeremy said that church sucks because people take too long to get fucking baptized. Not even joking. Garbage Takes with a 5 says, my favorite part about all of this is how these channels are profiting from his signature by channels that are attack narrative, apart from Jeremy. I know it is like the karma is pretty good. The karma is pretty good. This is an old one. This is Jeremy with his pills. Again, this is in the miscellaneous segment.
I have a doctor that's really weird about
look at this, a fresh young Nick Recator before he was like coked out. I miss this Nick.
Opioids, which is okay. But like sometimes when I need pain pills, she makes me feel like an addict. Like, oh, like when I get gout, she's like, I'll give you like 10. I'm like,
let me help
just
her out.
Give me 30 for fuck's sake.
Let me do an impression of you right now. Sometimes when I need those pain pills, she makes me feel like an addict. And
The thing is, even though Jeremy's doing this like as a joke, it looks the part perfectly because he does look like his beard is full of like fleas and lice.
I need 30 of them. Bitch, give me 30.
Yeah.
So what he does is he just collects them for a big batch of them, and then he crushes them up and mixes with alcohol. In my opinion.
I mean, we obviously always sound like shit because we're like 40-year-old.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Fuck it.
I think he says that actually as well.
Bullshit.
High on painkillers.
He's high on painkillers.
That's that's I usually choose one of two paths when I know that pain pills are coming. Either I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait it. I'm gonna suffer it out so I can enjoy them when I'm not in pain.
What? What? So he is just a pill popping addict. I'm just gonna suffer through the gout. Again, it's very funny that gout is like the king's sort of disease, right? And then he's gonna get high on them afterwards. Suffer, Jeremy.
Like with alcohol or whatever, you know.
See, he mixed it with alcohol. I wasn't even joking.
Really just destroy my liver.
Can we press F in the chat for the liver? Can liver bros please respond? If you join as a member, you get access to a special emojis, including the F. So press F to pay respects for Jeremy's liver. Hardest working liver in the galaxy. He's gouted.
Or I abuse them. And like you said, like
literally just admits that he abuses them.
So like when I had gout, you know, they're like they'll say, oh, here's a 10-day supply. I'm like, yeah, 4 days.
That's a woe buddy.
Yeah. Like, yeah, okay, 10 days, my ass.
10 Days His Ass is a horror movie title, I think. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got a couple other things. H3H3 decided to go live and had a bit of, I think the H3H podcast, it was pretty entertaining in part, but there was some parts were really hard to watch. There's too many hosts. It's definitely host bloated, but they got most of the story correct. But you can see here his thumbnail was the quartering is a low IQ inbred loser. And just under 20,000 people were watching. And actually, we got a bit of a shout out on that. One of my tweets was featured on that show. So we made it, boys. We made it. Do I have that clip here? I think I do have it in one of my tabs. Look at these tabs. Ethan Klein of so Yeet posted this. Ethan Klein of the H3 crew did a PowerPoint presentation. The PP got brought out on the quartering and the kino casino situation. So let's take a quick look at this at H3H3. Also, by the way, they had a custom background, which was very funny. It's the Jeremy Piss basement. He's got like the Magic the Gathering. He's got his gaming stream in the corner here. There's like a piss pile behind here. There's actually quite a lot of detail. It's quite fun. Although they had like a Diablo arcade machine, which doesn't really make sense because Diablo wasn't really an arcade game or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Do in their spare time is I don't care, right? Like you if this is what you're into, it's fine. I wouldn't recommend it for your relationship, but do whatever you want. But Jeremy is like a conservative, hardcore conservative, traditional family values guy.
Yes. Well, he isn't. This is what he pretends to be because he knows that he can trick particularly boomers. Like this is his target audience is the conservative MAGA movement boomers that just kind of watch his show on like smart TVs. So they don't even have to get up and change the channel. And that's when he gets his views from Rumble.
So again, just to make that clear.
For what purpose? Must be to fuck his wife. I don't know. Why else?
By the way, I will say PPP is one of the most dedicated, passionate trolls I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, PPP apparently is like a thoroughbred troll because like apparently all his family is like preachers and he was training to be a preacher, but then he also did like sales marketing and it's just like the perfect storm. I think that part of it's genetic and part of it's trained, but he's incredible when he goes on his monologues for like 45 minutes. It actually does sound like a sermon. It is wildly entertaining stuff.
Truly would the worst guy to antagonize.
Okay, so the quartering and his so PPP tweeted that the quartering and his bull are desperate to hide the bull's criminal history. They have flagged down our video exposing.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, okay.
And this is all public available stuff. Like this is no different than a true crime podcast. Going over people's court documents. It's all public in the American system. They found out that the guy that goes over to Jeremy's house to play darts, and Jeremy asks his wife to bring her over and bounce her big old boobies in the hot tub, this guy is convicted of domestic violence. And that's when this all seemed to go down. Because Jeremy doesn't care about what happens if people make fun of his wife, but when they make fun of his friend, who apparently people are suggesting that he has some sort of business relationship with this guy, which is why he's so mad.
He did a privacy complaint. We think your content violates our policy on personally identifiable information. He filed like a doxing or privacy complaint with YouTube.
An important thing about privacy complaints is you have to submit your ID when you do those. So they can only come of one of two people, which is Jeremy or the Bull.
Got it.
And so,
and by the way, the Kino Casino actually contested this strike and they won it on manual review. So they decided there was nothing wrong with it. The channel went down after the back end call came through from Jeremy over the weekend, 30 minutes before the studios in, I guess, California closed, so that nobody could reach out to the YouTube reps until Monday. Very strategic timing. And then 5 minutes later, Jeremy was posting casino-themed arts and crafts on his Twitter.
There was 2 videos within like 24 hours. In the next tweet says, "This is our second video that was flagged in the last 24 hours. Jeremy can play stupid that this is out of his camp, but he's been clearly spiraling drunk for nearly 48 hours straight on Twitter. They say the quartering in a desperate attempt to protect his criminal bull has flagged down our promo video."
So hold on, we just have to breaking announcement from the medical field. Gout is completely preventable, and Jeremy is just a lazy ass fuck like my stepdad who refuses to change for the better. Well, sorry to hear about your stepdad, but like this is very true as I understand it. You just have to avoid alcohol and red meat. So while you say it's completely preventable, it's impossible for Jeremy because then he would have to stop drinking.
Video exposing his crime. So they put out like a little teaser video, I guess, on their Clips channel.
So this is on. Where was this removed from?
This is from YouTube.
Their YouTube channel. With
Wow.
the clip.
Community guideline strike they got for harassing and cyberbullying.
Oh.
That's actually crazy because that is not an easy. Why the fuck is Jeremy Jerbear connected to YouTube? I can't get a fucking email. Nobody even watched this asshole anymore.
Yeah.
This is like Jeremy cannot get over 100,000 views on a video anymore. He's like stuck in like 20,000, 30,000, which is fine, I suppose, if you're putting out 5 pieces of slop content stolen from other people every day. But this H3 podcast is now up to 320,000 views, apparently, according to the chat. And apparently H3 can't reach out to a YouTube rep, but apparently Jeremy has one on speed dial. Honestly, they need to do an investigation because this kind of power cannot be allowed to exist where someone can just call people. Like the same thing happened with Francesca Ramsey. She was doing this as well. This is how the Andy Warski channel got taken down originally. She's making these back-end calls to YouTube friends that are abusing their power. If there's not like a standard of law, of rules for everyone to follow that is understood, we can't have a space to create content and have open discussion because people are going to be terrified of it. And it's going to reduce everything to just like, I guess, toy reviews, which maybe Jeremy would be very happy about.
The degenerate loser, and he's got YouTube on speed dial to fucking give people strikes.
IQ inbred loser.
How is he less detestable than me? The guy is a walking landmine. He's cursed.
Look, I'm 40.
He's 40.
Tired. I'm sweating.
He's 40.
I'm
He's
fat.
sweating.
I'm overweight.
He's overweight.
Not long for this planet.
He's not going to live long.
He's not long for this world.
Uh-oh.
He didn't take good control of his liver and diet habits.
It's upsetting. Why the fuck does
I was telling this in the Discord the other day, but I'm completely broken. If I see anything in caps, I have to read it in PPP's voice. It's a complete mind worm. Anything that's in caps is just PPP. Like, he's 40. He's tired, boss. I can't do it anymore.
Do you have any pull with YouTube?
He has one foot in the grave.
Unrefuted video.
Yeah. How
he probably
do you
showed his flat.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Who gives a fuck if you flag them from your personal channel? That's not going to get him banned. What you're presumably doing is talking to a contact you have there, right? Or you're using apparently some mass flagging service.
No, so like I've heard that the Kino Casino said that they have spies in a Discord where they've got these like flagging campaigns of people that are coming after various creators, and that they're aware of this. Maybe they'll show this on the 22nd when they come back to their show. Who knows? Maybe they're just waiting to get as many details as possible. But this could not have actually been the result of a mass flagging campaign. Because if you do like mass flagging against someone, you start getting emails like your channel has received a strike, you've received a warning, this is your second warning, this is your third warning, this is your fourth warning, you're gone. That's kind of how it works on YouTube. This did not happen. What happened is the Andy Warski channel and the Kino Casino Clips channel, which is run by their editor Flaked, so it couldn't possibly be ban evasion, just disappeared. If you try to go to the page, it says this channel is no longer available. So it couldn't possibly have been a mass flagging campaign, although maybe they also involved that in different aspect, because there was flags coming into the Kino Casino channel. Maybe when that didn't work, he had to break out the big guns or something. But 2 channels just vaporizing, Thanos snapped out of existence exactly 30 minutes before YouTube closes on Friday, that just doesn't happen. There's also no connection between the 2 channels, apart from it if you know the content. Like if you, obviously you can say, yeah, Andy Warski's on the Kino Casino. So there, here's his Andy Warski channel, here's his Kino Casino Clips channel, even though it's not really his, it's the editor Flaked. There's no actual email connection to those channels, which could sometimes happen, because sometimes if you take down a channel, another channel goes down because it's on a connected email address, but that's not the case here. So again, the only logical result of this is that it happened by some manager high up in YouTube that Jeremy has access to. Maybe he met them at like a convention. Maybe he bought them a fancy dinner. Maybe he shared an interesting evening with them. Who knows? Or maybe someone, well, you know what I'm implying.
Or something.
Or he has 8 fucking channels himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they're like that. Of course. Yeah. That means nothing if you didn't flag it from your main channel. That has no extra weight as some random. At least as far as I know.
Is that what he did? He showed that he didn't personally.
So yeah, he showed that he didn't. But being the oaf that he is, he kind of fucked up. We'll get to that. But
yeah. So what this guy's going to say? I'm not sure who the characters are. I apologize. Maybe it's Vigil, Ablo. I don't know. Or is this AB? I don't know. I'm not down with the H3 verse. What he did is he showed 5 different channels flagging histories, except he refused to show the Magic the Gathering headquarters / Unsleeved Media, which is the one that was exposed in his taskbar, where it said your report to YouTube has been thank you for your report to YouTube. Very strange of him, because he's shown me the receipts every other channel except for that one. Also, 1,000 people in the chat. There you go.
Yeah, everyone was saying like that proves nothing, and the fact that he's like honing in on that so hard kind of proves that he probably didn't. Yeah,
it proves nothing. It's pointless. I mean, this whole thing started with him being like, I could easily get your channel removed. So of course the conclusion is that he did it,
and that's why people are saying he was drunk.
He's drunk.
Back and forth. And then also,
well, oh, look at that. We got a bit of a shout out on the other creators flag. This is my tweet in regards to Alyssa Clip's channel going down, which was an archive of Josh Moon's channel. And the Josh Moon channel, which is the Man of the Internet show, it's already having like a chilling effect, because the editor for the Maddie Clips channel decided to take down the Jeremy content preemptively because they're worried about this sort of stuff. And this is exactly what happens when you start throwing this shit around. People start not being able to be honest. They start using weasel words. Like, everybody hates that we have to say like graped or corn on YouTube. We shouldn't have to live in this sort of world, because I believe that beginning of wisdom is calling everything by its proper name. But you have to do this if you want to survive in this ecosystem, especially when people like Jeremy exist. And this is why an example needs to be made of him. Dick Jones gifting 5 memberships. Big support on the show. Garbage Takes with another $5 says, my favorite part about... Oh, I read that one already, actually. Sorry. Don't even blink with a 2 says, towards the oops, cilantro / coriander pizza. Oh, yeah, that's the thing that they have in Japan. The all cilantro pizza. Or as I like to call it, coriander. Bob Tube with a 2 says, blessed are the slob makers. Jesus or something. Don't let Melanie Mackey say that. And Clammy with a 5 says, Jer can't have kids to be a good Christian. The search bar A-logged Jer and revealed he was looking up low sperm count. Oh no, say it ain't so. Look, genetics is important, but epigenetics are important too. And if you want to have kids and you're like an older guy or an older woman, you got to look after yourself. You got to quit the alcohol, or at least make it a one-time thing on the weekends. You got to start exercising, obviously. Not just for your spouse, not just for your children, but for yourself. Just do it for yourself. He's infertile. Well, I mean, maybe his son will come out mulatto. Who knows? All right, let's continue with this. The end of this clip.
So other channels talking about the situation also were getting takedowns.
What?
Yeah. These are just not
yet, baby. Not yet.
Yeah.
So I think the Rant Man's video came back up. As the Rantman said, so my quartering stream got taken down for harassment and cyberbullying, although the timestamp that showed me was me criticizing Mac's video. No slurs or anything that broke guidelines. Only a warning, though, so at least there's that. I believe this video came back on manual review.
I think that's why a lot of people are
He's ghoulless. Ricada won't swing with him.
excited for us to talk about it.
Because
That's a good one.
our channel is way too big. If we get punished for that, I'm going to fucking raise hell with YouTube. I mean, this is just so, it's already so fucking.
So, I mean, it's escaped containment, and this is exactly what happens. The Streisand effect is in full effect. All right, let's go back to our folder. Now, is it this one? So Jeremy posted a while ago. Remember in the guards to when he said people were showing up at his house? There was a mysterious F-150 that only one mysterious commenter got to see. He refused to post it on main. I'm looking at replacing my trail cams. I have about a dozen of them, and I last used the Tacticam stuff. My issue is I could never get the trigger right. Either they would send me 1,000 photos of nothing or nothing at all. Is there a better brand out there? So he has trail cams all over his property and allegedly a ring camera. But when the F-150, oh wait, that's not it. The F-150 showed up on his property. He refuses to show it. Now, there's actually been a very interesting development in that somebody's decided to use like this AI transcript scrapping / search program, basically like FilmMot. You can use it to search someone's channel for any word you want. Very useful for A-logging people, honestly. Says, well, they made like the Jera analyzer where you can search all of his content for random stuff. This has kind of come up very recently today, I believe. So Jeremy, this person said in regards to Warski, wow, Jeremy likes to talk about working with his female YouTube representative. He really likes informing his audience about it too. So you can see here, if you search Jeremy's videos for YouTube representative, he has dozens of messages where he's talking about it, confirming that he does indeed have a YouTube rep. Because he was claiming that he didn't have one anymore. But another one that came out is that the quartering claimed that a beat-up red F-150 showed up on his property, suggesting it was part of a real-world harassment campaign. But Jeremy is a known liar. No pics, no vids. You know where he saw a beat-up red 150? In Jeremy's own video in March. So they used the Jeremy Hambly Geralizer, and they found this clip. Could this be where he got it from? So you can see here, there's over 1,200 transcripts, or 12,000 transcripts.
F-150.
So it seems like Jeremy may have just seen this beat-up red F-150 on his previous stream last month, and he used that to make up this fantasy situation. And maybe that's why he couldn't show the picture. Maybe he was going to show this picture, but then he realized it in time. But let's see what he says.
There's the F-150.
Completely unrelated story,
Nobody
by the way.
says, we don't know. Oh, I want prior arrests. Prior arrests.
So apparently it's the geralizer.pages.dev. Very funny website.
He had no criminal record. Wow. Okay. So his first crime jumps right into the deep end.
All right. So that's basically just Jeremy was talking about an unrelated story. But that may be the origin of the F-150 story, because Jeremy to this day has refused to post any pictures of it. Now, he said that this guy came up to his house and came up to his door, and that Jeremy said that he was going to call the police, and then he ran away in his little truck and drove off. You've got to be fucking kidding me. There is no way. With the amount of Funko Pops in the Jeremy bunker, there is no way he doesn't have cameras all over that place to make sure that nobody can get in there and steal his golden idols for consumerism. But very fun little thing. Now, somebody used the Geralizer to search for The transcript mentions 13,834 mentions across 1,700 videos of the report. So this is the audit. Oh dear, hold on. We'll take a quick break to play the super.
I'm Tiger.
Okay.
That's a 2-minute clip. I'm going to spare you the rest of it because we've played it before, but there you go. Searching for reveals 13,000 mentions. Very fun stuff. Wait, hold a second. How many is that per video? All right, at the risk of doing math on the internet, let's see, 13,834 divided by, is that 8 times per video? Is that how it works? I don't know. I don't want to be exposed as being a brainlet. Sleeve media. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Alrighty. What do we got? What do we got next in the folder? Let's have a look. Now, the coffee brand coffee stuff, we're almost just about to that. 8 ums per video. The thing is, the videos are 8-minute videos, and they're edited. You don't have to have any single in the video. So it's like it's 1 per minute. Hambly is too dumb to be a slumlord. He become the lord. Very funny. Very funny. In the shorts. Oh, that's true, actually. Like there's you have to add more because the shorts would be taking away from that total. All right, let me see. Now, Josh Moon decided to start messaging. Well, I guess Josh Moon was talking about the situation, and then Chris Pavlovsky, we talked about this before, started mentioning the subject, the topic of the quartering. Josh Moon then got very mad because he has an issue with the Cloudflare provider. I think I can't remember exactly what it is, but Josh Moon basically he got into a very, very detailed description of what's going on. But inadvertently, when they were talking about Cloudflare, the CEO of Rumble revealed this. He says, "We use Cloudflare. No creator has a 5-year Rumble deal or even close. Also, Rumble has been moving away from deal structures towards the creator program and/or Rumble Studio ad read structure. Hope this helps." So Jeremy is currently on his last Rumble deal that expires in June. He said that he was going to get another 5 years of Rumble confirmed money. But he's just lying about everything. No one has a 5-year deal, not even close. In fact, getting a Rumble deal doesn't seem to be happening for anybody. Yes, it's happening into June. Everything's happening into June, chat. In fact, I think I have some more stuff on that later. Let me see here. What we got here? Here, by the way, somebody had like a bit of a cheeky little giggle on the coffee brand coffee reviews. "My weekend was ruined, to say the least. I wanted to ship it, but they don't ship to Canada. So I got on my beat up red Ford F-150 and drove to Wisconsin to try and buy it directly. But once I got to the address to find out they don't have a physical store." Interesting. That's going to get into the Luther Morgan stuff a bit later. Let me just check to see if we've got everything. Is this the first part of the June harvest? Yeah, we did this part. All right. I think that's everything there. Good stuff. All right. 95th Phantom says, "Once Nick Shirley is done with his current fraud investigations, he should take on the case of the Jer brand fraud. It will be unbelievable." Ring bell. I don't have a bell, unfortunately. Actually, I do have this little thing over here, but it's kind of annoying. All right. So Jeremy has been exposing everything in his search bar, and the Kiwi Farms, everything is being documented, and very funny things come up in any stream that Jeremy goes over. So you've got to be archiving everything if you want to engage in this sort of documentation of his nonsense. And that's where they got the Strait of Hormuz thing came up. There was some other stuff here too that exposed a few things about his thing. So this is from Retardant Steel. This is one of the top A loggers. Massive OPSEC fail. So Star City Games is exposed in his header, where it is confirmed that he still plays paperback Magic the Gathering, and he buys singles. Is it to load up the packs for his next unboxing? Now, this is in regards to the Unsleeved Media channel, because he does have this channel where he unboxes these cards. Now, he can't get this channel monetized for some reason, because it is just slop, and he's actually reposting content from years ago, pretending that it's like new stuff, which is very confusing because people see these old cards that are worth a lot now that were worth nothing back then. People are suggesting that he's buying cards loosely and then inserting them into packs, so you can kind of have these, "Whoa, guys, I found a Charizard," that sort of stuff. Yes, it's the Sleeved Media. What else did they find in his search bar? He exposed the scripts for his grift ad reads and what you're getting from download. What is he getting from download.com? Free Pornhub downloader, perhaps? He signed up for a discovery card. Why are you opening more credit cards? Now, we're going to learn that Jeremy has $300,000 on his credit card that he brought out for Coffee Brand Coffee, apparently, at 7% interest. So while he was saying he was getting a nice deal and 5% interest on his high yield savings account, he's taking out $300,000 loans at 7% interest. That is brutal. He's taking out mortgages on his credit cards. It's crazy. He has an uncapped credit card. Are you worried about your energy drinks, or is this one of your grift segments? All right, let's go to the Luther Morgan stuff, I guess. There was also there's a lot of evidence in these threads. I'm not sure if we should go through all of this. We'll go through a bit of it, and then we'll get into Luther Morgan's video, because Luther Morgan's doing a really good job. of exposing the quartering recently. But we have quite a bit of proof that the Coffee Brand Coffee is a complete grift. Now, Coffee Brand Coffee is a white label company. It is, I believe, Miller's Creek is what they call it. But this is Jeremy. This is Jeremy's alleged videos proving that it's a real coffee place. By the way, these are very dirty barrels. I'm not sure I want my coffee roasted in here, but maybe it's just coffee grinds. I don't know. But we can see here, this is a part of a thread. The quartering talks about his non-political coffee. And by the way, the Mill Creek Roasters, they're very much pro-LGBT, pro-woke, all of the stuff that Jeremy claims that he's against. The Mill Creek city location. He's factoryless, indeed. So they've got their Pride Wine Wednesday, and I don't give a shit about all that stuff. But Jeremy very much is like, get the woke out of Hollywood. Coffee Brand Coffee is like, got no LGBT month. We've got no sales, all of that stuff. So it's a complete opposite of what he's allegedly got this coffee company for in the beginning. Let me see. Recently, he posted a video to his page of his employees roasting beans, and it made me wonder about the origins of the production. The video was fairly simple, but it showed filthy containers and rusting machinery. And you can see here, take a look at this, I guess, coffee roaster. This is the Coffee Brand Coffee. You can see they've got the Coffee Brand Coffee shirts. This is allegedly the coffee factory that Jeremy runs. And this is why he needs to beg his audience for donations so he can buy like coffee roasters and K-cup packagings and all these sort of things, which I think is actually consumer fraud, but we're not sure just yet. After some digging through the website, I found I focused on this about the pages and the promises to direct trade partnerships, sustainability, soil prevention, etc. The entire thing sounded off from what Hambly is known for. Well, let's take a quick. So you can see here, look, it's like a real company, chat. He's roasting the coffee. Unsurprisingly, it sounded odd because he didn't write it. It's a direct copy of another brand, Mill Creek Roasters, with just the brand name change. Mill Creek is a roasting company that has been in business for 30 years now. So let's see, which one is the coffee brand? Here it is. So this is the Mill Creek Roasters statement. And I believe if I just go to, actually, are these exactly the same? Where's the part where it says co-op? Here it is. All right, so I'll read this. This is the Mill Creek one. By paying a premium price for quality and sourcing from small farms and co-ops that focus on sustainability, market forces lead to the best situation for growers, roasters, and coffee lovers. But most importantly, we feel that this dedication to quality should be obvious when you have Mill Creek coffee in your cup. What does Jeremy say? It's really annoying. It's really annoying, the font he's using. By paying a premium price for quality and sourcing from small farms and co-ops that focus on sustainability, market forces lead to the best situation for growers, roasters, and coffee lovers. But most importantly, we feel that this dedication to quality should be obvious when you have Coffee Brand Coffee in your cup. So he's just literally changed the names of the labels. What do they have? Like at Mill Creek, do they just have a bunch of shirts for white label coffee? That seems to be the case. And this was all kind of known before, but it's just now coming up now because Jeremy's actually begging for money for his company, which makes no sense if they've been in business for 30 fucking years. One of their specialty services is private label packaging from their site. We provide private label options for customers who prefer their own brand of coffee for resale. From fulfillment, roasting to packaging, we can provide everything for your coffee brand. Now, we'll make a quick distinction here. There is drop shipping and white labeling. Now, drop shipping is when you just buy something through Amazon directly to the consumer, whatever. You can find a million bros talking about how to do drop shipping, whatever. White labeling is when you get a company, and this is what Pokemon did with her cookies, is you get a company that's already making a product and you just copy, like you put your sticker on it and you say, this is my company. And I actually don't have a problem with YouTubers doing this or anyone doing this in general, but you have to be honest about it. Like if I said, look, I'm going to give you meme brand coffee, okay? This is a white label coffee. It's a good product that I like, but it helps support my channel and it helps support you get your coffee. There's nothing wrong with that. But this is not what Jeremy said. Jeremy said that this is a family-run business that he had to spend $300,000 for, and he had to beg his audience to the 1,000 first founder packs to get the freeze-dried strawberries. He's begging and he's saying, like, if you don't buy the coffee, then this family is going to go out of business. If you don't donate, this family is going to... Like, he's saying all of this manipulative stuff, anything to get $1 out of people, which is what makes this so infuriating. If he just said, like, look, this is just a coffee company, I've got my label of it, help support the show. Why don't you pitch in? Nothing wrong with that, but that's not what he's doing. Let's see. So they provide this private labeling service. So Jeremy, through his lack of creativity, seems to have led his packages and suppliers. Coincidence or confirmation? Jeremy's business address is registered at the storage facility in Utah. Now, I believe that the video by Luther Morgan actually goes into the Utah industry looking for this. So it was pointed out to me that Player One Coffee owned by CEO of MetaPCs, one of Jeremy's other controversial YouTuber sponsors, also has their LLC in Salt Lake City, along with a video they posted back in 2020 of them at the facility he pointed out. So this is the Player One Coffee guy. So this is MetaPC's guy. Sorry. It's the same factory. So he's the CEO and majority stakeholder of this coffee company, allegedly. By the way, the packaging does look very similar to Coffee Brand Coffee. It's muted? Is it muted? Oh, it's muted. Sorry. Well,
hey guys, Zach.
There you go. Mute. All right, get it in. Get it in. Okay. Get in the mutes. Spam mute. Spam mute. All right, I was muted. It wouldn't be a boomer stream without a muting. Lolcows is a good read. Yeah, he sent me a free copy of the book. I'd recommend it. But I can't imagine a normal person enjoying it. It's very, like, if you're into this Jeremy sort of or lolcow adjacent space, then you'll like it. If you're like a normie, maybe it's not for you. But it's very good in the details. In particular, it revealed a few details that I did not know about, even the Ricada situation, which is kind of interesting. By the way, you know what? I'll give a quick shill for that. Oh, when we get to the video, we'll do it.
Shot here, and if you can't tell already, I'm involved with Player One Coffee. A couple years ago, I became a silent investor in Player One, and as of today, I'm proud to announce that I'm officially the majority owner and CEO of Player One Coffee. When we started Player One, there were a lot of naysayers. They said, hey, gamers don't drink coffee.
What a statement. Gamers don't drink coffee. Your ears are under attack. Is it too loud now? The woke left is attacking the volume.
They only drink energy drinks and soda. And when I heard that, I thought it was honest.
Do you know that gamers don't drink the world's most popular drink, coffee? That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Do we need the gaming bread?
Honestly, the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. When we started Player One, we were just a bunch of gamers who were...
Is that the Leroy Jenkins coffee?
Gamers who were really enthusiastic about roasting coffee. In fact, our main roaster has been...
All right. You can see here, it looks very similar to the factory. In fact, there's more pictures of it, but he's got the Player One Coffee shirt on. So I'm convinced that they just have a bunch of t-shirts that people go, print their label on, and then film these like intros videos. Jeremy has never done like the walk around the coffee factory. He's never been putting his hands in the beans. Well, like, thank God, maybe you can actually buy the products since he hasn't done that. You would think that if Jeremy did have a coffee company, he would absolutely be down there grifting. He'd be like, hey, what's up? It's Jeremy here at my coffee company. But that's not what he does. Why not? Why not? Jeremy was asked during a stream that he should live stream from the facility. Jeremy responded that the user's stream making coffee, Jeremy responded to the user, stream making coffee, aka beans processed and whatever. Well, that's in Utah. Okay, so confirming that the factory is in Utah, which is where Mill Creek is. Quality coffee or cheap bean for profit. Off the assumption that Mill Creek is providing private label consulting and delivery services to the quartering, Player One, etc., are the beans ethically sourced? Is the price you're paying fair, or is this just another quarterings grifts? To answer these questions are likely no, fuck no, and of course not. Mill Creek offers some, if not all of their beans are from marketing and logistic company named The Coffee Source. I swear these names are places where you can't get information from outside their reports. Interesting. At this time, however, I'm not able to get any information about the farms they work with in Guatemala, Costa Rica, only the programs they help in those areas. Fair trade organic whole bean roasters typically charge 10 to 15, depending on their blend or brand, for a 16-ounce bag. That would be considered quality coffee. Jeremy's Coffee Brand Coffee cart charges $18 for a single bag of 12-ounce bean and ground coffee. Mill Creek has been reached out for comment on it if they are his packager. It is a weekend, however, they did not receive a response. And I know that they never received a response. Now, the fun thing that showed up is that if you go to Player One Coffee, you can actually join their affiliate program. So you see Player One Coffee here. And there's an interesting thing here. Overview. Player One Coffee was started out of necessity. We saw the lack of serious contenders. Well, is this real? Is this for real? Everybody's got their own coffee brand. When it comes to developing amazing craft, tasty products for gamers, Player One Coffee is well performed to fill this tremendous gap and finally develop coffee recipes custom tailored for gamers, creatives, developers, and just about anyone who really enjoys a cup of coffee. Join the Player One Coffee affiliate program and earn a measly $1 every time one of your fans or friends buys coffee. This is one of the worst affiliate programs out there, especially for gamers. But if you love your coffee and feel like making barely any money, this is it. That is very funny. Like, I actually enjoy how they're saying this is like a shit affiliate program. But Jeremy has said time and again that he makes $1 a bag. And now he's going to be losing 30 cents off that $1 because he's going to Amazon for the distributor. That's very suspicious. Like, is it that Jeremy's so lazy that he's not even contacting Mill Creek directly, but he's getting it through this Player One Coffee? He does have MetaPCs as one of his sponsors. There is a connection there. It's $1 a bag. Speaking of begging, well, not really, but the $5 from Coffee Cat says lolcows is a good. Oh wait, god damn it, my brain is actually dying. If only I had some coffee brand coffee, maybe I would be. Well, no, actually, Dragon's Treasure's tea. Go get that. All right. So Luther Morgan over the weekend, and I was talking to Luther Morgan, a good friend of the show, and he did give me a free copy of his book. He says, video takedown update. The original video was taken down for cyberbullying and harassment. It was restored after editing. However, I already did a re-upload, so I'll be keeping that version up. The only real difference is I say that Jeremy's, because he basically made a joke that Jeremy Hambly's email was, well, something very funny. You can see it there. So let's take a look now, I guess, at the stuff. Oh, by the way, there's a few other images here that I'll save for a bit later. We don't need them just yet. All right. Here it is. Here it is. So re-upload. This is by the Luther Morgan channel. And as I said, he is the LolCal Books guy. He has done 2 really good videos here. So let's take a look at this one. This is Final Nail in the Coffin for Coffee Brand Coffee. The Quarterings family business exposed. Like the video, and let's get into it.
Maybe if you're ready, you could
safe
have
holiday
avoided all
and
this,
an
Jer.
awesome 2020.
Hey guys, Luther Morgan here with another video about the quartering, and today we're going to be exposing the coffee brand coffee grift with real documents, with real information from Utah and Wisconsin. So before
apparently someone got mad at my pronunciation of Utah. Maybe I said Utah, I don't know. But I have a problem with speaking, obviously. I'm a weirdo illiterate that only stays inside to play video games, stream, and then go see blue flowers. So this is a tweet by Kinoblade Chronicles saying YouTuber Luther Morgan, who wrote a book on lolcows, has less than 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, is mogging the Quarterings Unsleeved Media channel and dunking on him on views.
we get into it, I just want to say thank you for the support. Thank you for the views, the subscribers. We're growing a lot on YouTube. Some fantastic comments. And I just want to remind, hey guys.
Wait a second. I saw Bob Tube's video.
Subscribers. We're growing a lot on YouTube. Some fantastic comments. And
wait. Got to go back frame by frame. Bob Tube made it into the Luther Morgan video. Nick talking about Aaron's pee-pee again, like clockwork. That has nothing to do with the quartering. Come on now, Bob.
And I just want to remind, hey guys, so our journey begins on coffeebrandcoffee.com. Now this is...
Notice that his wife's in the photo here. She was removed later.
This is Jeremy's own website. And, you know, there's a picture of him and his wife, but of course she's not a public figure. And, you know, we talk about the coffee brand coffee story. You know, this is his sales pitch. It's
By the way, it really doesn't need to be said, but coffee brand coffee is the worst fucking name for a coffee company. If you search for coffee brand, it just comes up with any coffee company. It is tanked in the SEO. And Jeremy thought this would be like a funny, like epic thing because it's like, oh, it's just, there's no politics involved. Even though Mill Creek coffee roasters are very much politically involved on the left, which is what Jeremy likes to decry on his channel. So it's, again, it's just like complete hypocrisy, but also just terrible SEO from a guy that claims to have a marketing, was it a master's in business administration, MBA? Thanks, SEO. Woke. Yes, the beans are woke. They're woke beans. That's the worst part about all of it. There was something I was going to say, but it kind of slipped my mind for a second. Does he have 2 scoops? Yeah.
Jeremy, he's the founder of Coffee Brand Coffee. Get to the coffee, this and that. Yeah. So let's go to the contact page, because what I'm really interested in is, where is the coffee factory? Because Jeremy has made so many claims about Coffee Brand Coffee, how it's a family business. He handles everything in-house, everything from the roasting to the packaging, that he has a roast master. He's referred to it as a
I mean, he's being roasted currently.
Family business, etc. So where is this coffee factory? Because we should be able to find it. Why do I say that? It's because all food processors and all food manufacturers have to have a food license. So usually when you go on a food manufacturer's website, they have like, where is the factory? But if you go to the about page, and there's really no way that you can contact them. You can't even like call them. They don't even have a 1-800 number. So we don't even know like the, the area code on the phone number. Maybe we could locate it.
Wait, let's get back for a second.
we don't even know like the whatchamacallit, the
It is outrageous that these are like $18 a bag. How much do you guys typically pay for 12 ounces of coffee in America? I don't even know what an ounce is because I only know what liters and milliliters and things are. He's licenseless. Indeed he is. Dark roast coffee, $18 for 40 cups. That's pretty bad. Usually you get like don't you get like 100 cups or so out of like a typical bag of coffee? Mario Carter 13 with a 5 says, can't wait for Jeremy's new makeup tutorial channel where he switches genres entirely and attempts to avoid the A-logs. I mean, he does need a makeup tutorial to deal with those tanuki eyes, or I guess, you know, raccoon eyes. Yeah, it's like overpriced by about 100%, basically. It's the Bull Blend. Yeah, it's Bull Blend coffee. $20, I get about 300 K-cup worth of coffee on Amazon. It's cheap. Yeah, that's what I would expect. Like, coffee should, like, you can get good quality coffee, but it shouldn't be this expensive. This is outrageous. Why would you buy this? The only way you convince people to buy this is like his channel's under attack. The woke left is coming for his livelihood. So you've got to buy my non-political coffee that's made by woke beans. They made the beans gay, chat.
the area code on the phone number. Maybe we could locate it. So our journey really begins in Utah. So here we have Coffee Brand Coffee LLC. Now, Coffee Brand Coffee LLC, if you look at here, the formation date, which is April 14, 2022. And if you scroll down here, look who the manager is. It's Jeremy Hambly. Now, of course, we redact.
All of the information is redacted. Oh, hold on a second. Apparently, I got a tweet coming in. Hold on a second. All right.
Did his address.
Apparently Warski's sending me something. So I want to see what he's up to. How's it going, Andy? Love the show.
Address, because that is a residential address. It's not a commercial address. But he is listed as the manager. Here you have Crook Legal Group. So this is the registered agent. So if you wanted to like sue Coffee Brand Coffee, or you wanted to serve them with legal documents, this is who you would go to. This is public information, by the way. And then, of course, we look at the bottom here. This is the physical address. So this is where the business is actually supposed to be taking place. And so this is a public address.
All right. So here's a breaking news from Andy Warski as of 23 minutes ago that he said I should read directly. All right. Let's take a quick look. So Andy Warski says, we're almost back quartering. We have over 100 things on the docket ready. Probably a full 8 hours. That's like 16 hours of Feltoning. Holy shit. I don't know how you guys can go that long. I did 7-hour gaming stream for the weekend, and I was like dead after that. Tons of YouTubers are making videos and streams siding with us. Everyone on the internet hates you, Jer Bear. June the King is making a 3-hour documentary that is getting longer and longer as the days go by. Your shorts are garbage, stolen, and your main channel went from 5 videos a day on average to 2 from average. Wait, sorry. Your main videos went from 5 videos a day average to 2 from 100,000 average views to 20,000 views. Oh my goodness, I'm getting, Jeremy's infecting me. It's destroying my brain. I know money is drying up. Chris already told everyone there are no more contact details for anyone. I also know of a few other big YouTubers working on videos on you. H3 is continuing to cover you. Luther Morgan's video is back up, exposing your coffee company, and we're getting ready to signal boost it. We are going to signal boost everyone who is backing us up. There is now a website that tracks all your videos, which has already exposed the Ford F-150 that came to your house, which was actually like a year ago. There are also a lot of interesting things that we're setting up that will expose all of your lies. There are going to be a ton on the Kino Casino Clippers, and they're going to come out of the woodwork and make it 100 times worse. It's Jova, chat. Stand up, be counted. Let's fucking go. It's over. Now, how can you mitigate this damage? Talk to your YouTube rep and get the Kino Casino channel back and the Andy Warski channel back and apologize. We're not breaking terms of service, and you know it. Once you apologize, I suggest you stop striking people's channels, quit drinking, go to rehab, and prove you have remorse. Maybe, just maybe, you can start on a path of redemption. That's all. TikTok. Very cool. I'm going to give him a quick like and signal boost as well. Repost that. There we go. All right, back to the video. Very cool, Andy. Looking forward to seeing the show while I'll be working next week. All right, let's continue.
A business address. So we're not doxing anybody. This isn't an individual. This is a company. It's a corporation.
TikTok, yeah, TikTok.
My thing is, why is it out of Utah? Now, of course, that's where Mill Creek Coffee Roasters was. So it's heavily speculated that that was Jeremy's original coffee manufacturer. But I wanted to give Jeremy the benefit of the doubt because maybe he's switched from Mill Creek Coffee Roasters to a different.
Imagine giving Jeremy the benefit of the doubt at this point, though. Like, this Luther Morgan guy is, people are like, yeah, he made his book and he's going to make a couple of videos promoting it. But then he actually is going and doing these in-depth, like, exposés. It's actually fantastic. He's a pretty good guy. I'm going to link out this guy's book in the chat. I've got it pinned in the comment, but I'll link it again.
Different firm where he has an actual coffee factory. So if you go to, Utah and you go to the government website and you look around, it's the Utah Department of Agriculture and Food. So they're the ones that issue licenses for food processing, food manufacturing. So what I did was I reached out to the deputy commissioner of the Utah Department of Agriculture and Food, and I emailed them and I said, hey, I'm requesting assistance to try and locate documentation for a food business called Copy Brand Coffee. And of course, the deputy commissioner here, Amber Brown, was gracious enough to respond to my request for public information. She said, this manufacturer does not appear to be registered with the department under our food manufacturing program. So,
very big deal. If he was actually had a company, this would be illegal. But we know it doesn't have one. So that's how he's flying under the radar. Suffer coffee, man, says Otto with a 5.
So there is no coffee brand coffee factory in Utah. Now, if we go back to the LLC, it says, well, of course, it's not in Utah. The physical address says it's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Well, if you actually pull up that address into Google here, it's actually a virtual mailbox. So it is not a coffee factory. It's not an industrial park. It's not even a coffee shop. It is a virtual mailbox out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So another dead end, guys.
It's not necessarily a bad thing to have a virtual mailbox. Especially if you're just doing white label stuff. But Jeremy has said time and again that he needs to have a real physical location. You need to donate so that you can buy the coffee grinder, so that you can buy the K-cup packaging. He's going to go into debt. He's putting his entire livelihood. He's mortgaging his house. Unless you donate, he's going to be out of the home on the streets because he has to buy the coffee grinders for his actual factory, which in my opinion is consumer fraud. But I'm not sure on the actual legality of it. It's very suspect to me. And I would say, if not illegal, it is disgusting manipulative behavior that preys on the emotions of basically boomer elderly people that are like, oh, this poor man, he just does the coffee, he does the news reporting and tells me about the Trump, but now his family run coffee business is going to die. Yes, I can get my wallet out and give you $50, Jeremy. I hate that shit. But there is so many people trying to take a part of people's. Whoa! Speaking of donations, Leanna Taylor with 140 Canadian dollars. Andy Worski says thanks. Let's fucking go. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Big support for the show. Getting the word out. Jeremy, this really, the Jeremy situation. It's not just about making fun of him. It's not just about having a giggle, although it is important. It honestly is very important for people to stand up and say this behavior isn't okay. It's not okay to take advantage of elderly people or boomers that trust you because they see you on the internet talking about the things they like. It's not okay to flag down people you don't like. It's not okay to chill the speech of everyone in the sector. And not just the sector, but the entire YouTube space, right? Because you get pissed off that somebody made a joke at your own expense because you told these stories about yourself being a retard in public or hitting on your female co-workers in public, making a fool of your wife in public. It's not okay. It doesn't matter how many channels get taken down because people are still going to fucking talk about it too. He has to be made an example of. People because there's a lot of people, if you're a small channel, and this happens all the time. You have a small channel, they start making content and someone makes fun of them. And then they try and use the DMCA fraudulently, or they use the flagging systems, whatever it is. But they don't know. They don't know because they're just like, oh, okay, this person's making fun of me. I'm going to attack them. They don't realize what happens. So you need people like this. Every so often, the tree of flaggetry has to be watered with the blood of flaggots, is what I'm saying here. So that when a small channel says, oh my goodness, this person's making fun of me, I can't flag them down because they're in their right to say so. Because look what happened to Jeremy. That's what has to be there. This is why I'm covering this story. Although it's a lot of fun as well.
Not looking good. So let's go to the State of Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. So this department, very long name, this is the department that handles the food manufacturing, as well as many, many other things. As you can see on their website here, it's everything from campgrounds to butter, Christmas tree grower license, dairy and elk you know.
Now, the reason he's showing this is that Jeremy might cope and sneed and say that, like, well, he's a small company, so it won't show up. But he's going to show you that even small companies will show up on this register.
But what we're really interested in is food processing plant license. So let's go into the food, dairy, and retail food licenses page. And if we go to the list here, so this is Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, and we go to the registries and lists. And if we go down to, right here where it says under food and recreational safety, we can pull up the food processing plant information, which is our next tab. So you go to food processing plant license holders. So if Coffee Brand Coffee is a real business, and if it's a real coffee factory in Wisconsin, it's going to be on this list. So let's get the PDF, shall we? So here we have it, guys. This is the food processing plant licensing holders. Now,
this is just like, I love saying this. I love seeing the in-depth A-logging. And it's all because Jeremy's such a piece of shit that he inspires people to go the distance and actually prove that he's been lying all along. Even though we all knew this was the case. But when you see this, like when you just actually see it in the flesh, you're just like, well, we got him.
They're all business addresses with business names and stuff. There's no personal information on here. This is all public information, guys. So it's 95 pages. And this is everything from giant factories all the way down to your local butcher shop. So let's just do a little Control F search here and let's type in coffee. So with Control F coffee, there's 83 reasons.
Control F coffee is actually a better name than Coffee Brand Coffee, because at least that would have some SEO.
Results. Now, so for example, the first search that comes up here, it's a Torque Coffee Company Incorporated at.
It's not spelled like twerking, but that is a funny name. He's being felted by brand investigation. That's exactly what's happening.
3455 Payne Avenue, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. So if we look that up, as you can see, guys, it's like a coffee factory in like an industrial park. So let's go to the next one just for demonstrative purposes here. So this is Door County Coffee and Tea Company. It's at 5773 State Highway 42, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. So let's pull that one up.
Again, these are just like showing even like these small coffee roasters with coffee, like they've got like a little cafe here, things like that. These small establishments will still show up on this register.
It's like a roadside thing. It's like clearly a commercial thing, but smaller. So let's try another one just for the sake of, and we also have P.O. boxes in here too. So that's not a real address. Let's go to this one. It's Estes Vu Pretz Coffee Company LLC, and it's at 1250 East Washington Avenue, Madison, Wisconsin. So if we pull that one up, look at this. It's a very small coffee shop. So,
I mean, that is a small one. That's a cute. That actually looks very adorable. Look at that. It's pretty cute.
The reason why I say this is there's everything from giant industrial firms to kind of bigger sized commercial firms, all the way down to your local coffee shop. So, Jeremy can't say, oh, well, I run a small operation. It wouldn't be on there. No, it's all sizes of coffee shop. All right.
It's not a cut.
So if we go through this whole list, it's 83 firms. If we do Control F and go coffee brand, 0 results. So there's 0 results for coffee brand. Now you say, okay, well, let's try the address. So if we go back to the Utah.
Now, again, this is a business address. This is not personal information. This is all publicly available. So it does not come under these standards that are being used to strike down these videos like Luther's video was, even though it did come back up. The thing is, like, even if you do something completely right on YouTube, sometimes people flag you down and usually you get it back. But sometimes you just get like a bad reviewer and then just oopsie daisy, now it's just gone.
LLC. Well, according to Coffee Brand Coffee LLC government paperwork, the physical address of the coffee factory is 1433 North Water Street, Suite 400, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So let's go ahead and plug that address. Into our search here. Oh, would you look at that? There's no food processing plant license holders at that address. So, and if you search,
I did see some people arguing that his LLC registration does not allow him to make any sort of food whatsoever, or drink, whatever. But some people are debating that. I'm not sure if it's true or not. But it may be the case that he doesn't even have the right business registration license permits. I mean, that's not a problem if he's white labeling it, obviously.
Every other address, there is no coffee factory. So there's no coffee factory in Utah. We've confirmed that with the deputy commissioner over in Utah. And then there, per Wisconsin Department of Trade, per the state of Wisconsin, Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, according to the food processing plant license holders list, which is very extensive and 95 pages long, Coffee Brand Coffee doesn't exist in Wisconsin. So just for a further nail in the coffin here, I emailed Coffee Brand Coffee, and I was a little bit sneaky, and I said, I'm thinking about buying some coffee. Where in the United States is it shipped from? And of course, somebody responded, and they said, our coffees are shipped from Phoenix.
So this has now been, I think in the original copy, this was fully available, but Luther's just being a bit careful here, but he's going to tell you what it says.
Arizona. And it's funny because the automated thing says it's from Angel, but then I later got a survey for how would you rate the help Maggie gave you. So this is the infamous Maggie. This is the employee that Jeremy fired so that he could, buy a RC car track. And he unceremoniously fired this woman right before Christmas. And
this is the kind of person that he is. He's attacking, like Alyssa Clips' channel went down, or not, it didn't go down, but a video went down. She's like a cancer survivor, firing Maggie before Christmas so that he can play Zoom Zoom outside. By the way, in that video he uploaded where he's like, by the way, not dead yet, he's admitted that his RC track, it's starting to spread out over the lawn because it's just been raining in Wisconsin. He's got no maintenance on it. So that was a big waste of fucking money. Merry Christmas, Maggie. Merry Christmas. Justice for Maggie. Yes. Let's get some justice for Maggies in the chat. Unbelievable. Pathetic greed. And he uses these people. He's like, look, Melanie Mac's going to be fired. Hannah Claire's going to be fired. She's just had a baby. Luke's already gone. Maggie's going to be fired. Oops. You know what? You donated to save Maggie's career. She's still fired. Now I get to buy another Rolex watch. This is who Jeremy Hambly is.
I requested 2 updates. I said, hello, is it roasted in Arizona as well? And then I emailed again, hello, can you tell me where the coffee is roasted? And then I received no response. So if there was any doubt that there's some Coffee Brand Coffee factory out there somewhere, there's absolutely no Coffee Brand Coffee factory in either Utah or Wisconsin. So, I don't know what Jeremy's talking about when he says that it's a family business, that he has a coffee roaster, this and that. He doesn't. So what does he have? That's the big question.
This is like, I got to use my one Simpsons meme per episode. This is like the charity grift that they had where it's like, this charity is run by children, for children, and all of the proceeds go to children. And then Lisa's like, really? And then the slimy business guy's like, yeah, we're all somebody's child. That's what Jeremy's doing here. There's a family business? Yeah, because my family gets all the fucking money and you get to suffer out in the cold on Christmas night, Maggie.
I don't think that Coffee Brand Coffee is drop shipped coffee. If we go back to this video,
again, drop shipping is just like when you buy it from a different company and it just like goes directly to them. Whereas white labeling is you actually have the product labeled with your branding and you sell it as if it's your product, which a lot of people do. Again, if you admit it, there's nothing wrong with it. But Jeremy is grifting, like quite literally, like grifting is thrown around so often, it's almost like a term of endearment in this space now, that he is the actual definition of a grifter. Lying, selling you snake oil, not just in the coffee, but like the fucking Rumble sponsorship ads where it's like, buy this 5G blocking button. Don't you get a headache when you watch my stream because of 5G coming from your iPhone? If you wear this button, you'll be fine. I hate that shit. I hate that shit so much. But he is one of these people that's making money off those terrible products. That's through the Rumble studio.
And this is from March of 2025. In this video, Jeremy admits that he spent $300,000 on Coffee Brand Coffee, and then he put $80,000 on a credit card. Now, this $300,000 I was able to locate. So
I thought the $300,000 was on the credit card entirely. Wait, here it is. Look, this is crazy. This level of dedication. This is incredible.
He's kind of telling the truth here. This $300,000. This was a home equity line of credit, so basically a second mortgage on his house. So he put out
a second mortgage, average interest rate of 7%. Is there any math whizzes in the chat? Can you tell me how much this would be? Compounding interest was 7%. Over a few years? That's insane, right? 7%. There it is. Home equity line of credit for 7%.
a second mortgage on his house, effectively, for Coffee Brand Coffee.
Over 30 years, it's $700,000. There you go.
Of 2025. So in March of 2025, this is where he publicly reveals that he's $300,000 in debt. And then he also says, I put $80,000 down on a credit card. Now, $80,000 on a credit card is really high. So what I did was,
that's a lot of fucking money.
Again, with
like, a lot of people don't earn $80,000 in 2 to 3 years. And Jeremy's just putting on this on credit cards because he's got to get the Mother's Day rush right. That's what it was for. Mortgage brand mortgage, yeah.
Wisconsin Public Records, I went to the UCC lien website in Wisconsin, and you type in Jeremy Hambly's name and also Coffee Brand Coffee LLC. There's no commercial loans around that time. So he's probably correct when he says that he put it down on a credit card. It's just insane to me that Mr. Hambly, Jeremy Hambly.
Oh, so it says, my personal speculation is that he uses a co-packer and that he needed this $380,000 for a massive batch of coffee.
The quartering, the quarter pounder, the ham planet, he would go $380,000
I'm not sure about a co-packer, but he's definitely a fudge packer.
Debt over coffee brand coffee, but that's just how he operates as a businessman. And I think that we've adequately demonstrated using public.
Wait a second. Just look at the video title. Woke leftists just screwed me over and all of my staff. Look at that fucking title. Like people joke about it. They my channel's under attack. The woke left is attacking my bowel movements. But he actually does say this stuff. He is a parody. He's a living parody.
But that's just how he operates as a businessman.
Follow me on Kick.
And I think that we've adequately demonstrated using public search tools that there is no coffee factory in Utah or in his home state of Wisconsin where he lives and where he operates his business from, according to the business records. So I would say to Jeremy Hambly and to Coffee Brand Coffee, tell me the name of the coffee company. Send me an email with the food processing plant license or the food manufacturing license, and then we can put this all to bed, where your coffee factory actually is.
Yeah, and we know where it is. It's the Mill Creek Coffee Roasters, the woke gay bean coffee company.
Or just admit that you use a co-packer or a different food processing, partner, and they do all the real work and you just put your label on it. Just admit it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Hope that you were informed. Hope that you were educated. Hope that we had a good time. It's Friday. How's everybody's weekend going? Thank you so much. The audiobook is available now on Spotify as well.
And if you want to check out this book, I think if you've got Audible subscription, you can actually listen to this for free. If you check the pinned comment of the stream, it goes to the book. It is the lolcows, the internet's never-ending tragedy. It covers like 6 different lolcows, I believe. Jeremy, Ricada, you've got iDubbbz in there, Boogie, and a couple others. It's very informative, very informative.
Well as Audible. Get it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
We can see that he's been watching the Kino Casino. All right, that's a very informative video. There's another one coming up here. We got some Luther Morgan's channel. We have the quartering psychological projection on stealing content and rationalizing theft. So I guess we kind of talked about a bit of it. Sleep timer. I don't want sleep timer. What's that? Is that a new feature? All right, 101.25 speed. There we go. Jacob with a 20 Donkey Kong coins says, what did Ricada say about debt and mortgage? Well, he's just building credit. Unfortunately, we don't understand because of the myopia of our poverty, as it were.
Hey guys, Luther Morgan here coming at.
All right, make this a bit louder. There we go. By the way,
hey guys,
sure
Luther Morgan here coming at you with another video. How's everybody's weekend going? Well,
Good.
I just wanted to make a little video about Jeremy Hambly because I saw this clip circulating, and this is from Hotep, very good Twitter account.
Yeah, Hotep, bad banner on Twitter, been very entertaining.
Go follow him, and I thought it was really, really interesting. Now I'm going to play the clip, and then we're going to get into the interesting part.
All right, well, that is the show for today. I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about. I've got to do that, even though everyone does it, and instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself. So I've got to do that.
Yeah, so it's 18-second clip, and there was like 4 or 5 uhs in there. But I wanted to view this clip more.
I love Lazy Shells just down here as well. Everyone does slop. Checks pulse intensely. Lazy Shell is the guy that animated the this animation.
Distraction alert.
I love that. I love that clip. It's great.
Or in context. So let's pull up the actual moment from the stream. We're going to watch a little bit of the stream, guys, and you can just kind of see the low effort slop that his
what is this? Jewish Community Services of South Florida? What is quartering watching?
Regular show is. So let's go ahead and hit play.
Okay.
All
Jewish
right.
Community Services, funding them, Human Rights Campaign,
Um,
a lot, all this stuff. But there's government money coming into these. And that's what we need to find out. But
Okay, so he says, I know this is boring. Just watch it to add to the context.
again, every time they keep exposing themselves, I'm going to keep signal boosting it. Great.
Yeah, just another.
Every time they expose themselves, they're going to keep single boosting it. It's kind of funny because that's what's happening to Jeremy.
Informed opinion.
Work by this girl to get them to admit it on camera. And I'm absolutely not surprised at all. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again. I'll talk to you again real soon.
So I'm guessing that he did that. This is like he's filming an outro. So while he's live streaming, he's basically filming a video because he's super low effort and he's going to clip it and then he's going to put it on his channel.
So, by the way, I didn't show this. I'm not sure if this will show up in the video later, but there's one clip I just remembered that I had that is so funny that I have to show you, because somebody decided to make a compilation of all of the Jeremy introductions to his shorts. It is so good. I was going to play this as the intro video, but I forgot about it, honestly. It was by Shockmouths. This is actually insane.
Check this.
I love this so much. It's so good.
Check this out. Check this out.
Well, here we
You
go.
should, and this looks like Let me know what you think in the comments.
What do you think?
Check this out. Again, check this out.
But what are the oranges for? Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. That's a good one. All right, let's continue.
We get to see more low effort slot from Hambly here.
Market is absolutely flying right now. I don't have any stocks.
He's stockless. He's equityless. He has no money. This is why he's going to go bankrupt. We've already explored on this channel that he's 380,000.
It's too like the PvP infection is like it's spreading too far. This is the thing is you can't really beef with the Kino Casino because they're too funny. And now like everyone's being like inceptioned by PPP and his catchphrases basically.
$1,000 in debt for coffee brand coffee, and that's a failure business.
Well,
it's going to be defunct.
Any stonks to really speak of. So
we did talk about this at the beginning of the stream, but let's see what Luther has to say.
I'm not. I'm glad if you do. I'm glad if you're. I'm glad. I hope that you're making. I hope that lots of people are making money. I mean, people that bought the dip this time is legendary. Sorry, Williamson. I got that. I thought I missed another super chat here. Yeah. Wood using Rumble, the Rumble wallet, tipping in Bitcoin, says, I heard over 70% of America wants to pass the SAVE Act. How is it possible that they won't pass it?
Imagine using the Rumble wallet, by the way. Here you are, Rumble. Please take care of my money. I want to use this to donate to my political live streamers. Let me just... Yeah, I wouldn't trust the Rumble website.
Votes mean nothing. Well, I mean, I understand.
Look at him.
Oh, yes, this is a big boss.
Don't worry, guys. I'll edit this out. Okay, we're back.
I understand why you feel like that.
See, look at him. Look at him. He's Googling it. You know? He's looking it up because he has no idea what the SAVE Act is. And he's just mumbling and stumbling and fumbling his way through this super chat. See, he's looking.
I understand.
He just says, I understand. He's stun locked with his raccoon eyes. Checking his pulse.
The Rumble Prism
Looks at the camera.
I understand.
Repeats it.
1,000%. All right, well, that is the show for...
He just said this was the show for today. He's repeating himself. Just 30 seconds ago, he did an outro. So let's this is where the Hotep clip comes in. So we'll let it play.
For today, I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about. I've got to do that, even though everyone does it. And, you know, instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself. So I've got to do that. I've got to do a different ad for a sponsor.
Anyway, I won't subject you to anything more than that.
All right. Now, before whatever, like I actually haven't previewed this. Before he says whatever he's going to say, again, I just want to point out this mentality is actually what destroys society. It's like, well, everybody's stealing, everybody's raping, everybody's setting fire to buildings. So instead of complaining about it, why don't you just get yours? You can go steal a Lego store you can steal Lego from the Walmart as well. You can set fire to a gas station as well. Instead of complaining about it. What an absolutely backwards way of thinking about the world. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Aren't we supposed to be making society better? Like, isn't that like the idea about calling out the woke left because you want life to improve? But he's just like, no, let's just make it more shit. How much content out there, which is good, which deserves to see the light of day, which took hours to make, is going to be buried and hidden because of the slop garbage? Because we have 10 copies of the same video because people like Jeremy are shitting this stuff out just so they can make number go up and then grift out another contract from some company that doesn't know any better because they don't know how to use Social Blade. How's it going, Alyssa, though, by the way? It says, Jeremy is so hard to watch. He is. Like, I let the Clippers do it for me because it's so difficult to actually watch his show. We got a 2 coming in from Chazing Tonkensworth. Imagine having money. Imagine giving money to a streamer. Whoa, buddy. Yes, indeed. That's crazy. I couldn't recommend it. Couldn't be me.
So I don't know if you were catching or keeping count, guys, but in that short little 1 minute, see, I'm starting to 10 uhs in there, by the way. So anyway, I saw this and I was like, where have I seen this before? Where have I seen this example of theft? And then I went back through an old psychology textbook.
Not the orangutan textbook. Wait a second. How based is Luther Morgan about to be? You might want to You might want to subscribe to my Kick channel pretty quickly. You never know. We don't know how long this is going to... Let's see where he's going with this. We don't know.
And I saw this definition of projection here. And it says projection disguises threatening impulses by attributing them to others. And then right here, it says an El Salvadorian saying captures the idea. The thief thinks everyone is a thief.
That's actually, yeah, very true. Very, very true. Okay. This is better than I thought expecting it to be.
That's Jeremy. He's the textbook definition of projection. And I was like, where have I seen this before? Right here. The thief thinks everyone else is a thief.
I mean, this actually explains so much of how Jeremy acts. Like when he's talking about how people are just talking about drama because they want to get clicks. Everyone's channel's dying. It's because Jeremy's channel's dying. It's because he wants clicks. This is everything that Jeremy does. He projects everything.
So just to do a little bit of background information on projection. So what is projection? Because Jeremy Hambly is the textbook definition of it. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism where individuals attribute their own unacceptable thoughts, feelings, or motives to another person. So this is what he's doing. He's stealing other people's content. He knows that it's wrong. Oh, and by the way, guys, he's not just stealing other people's content. He's also false flagging people, exposing his lies and grifting.
Exactly. And there's a bit more to that, but let me just see if he's going to say something first.
I have firsthand knowledge of that.
Yeah.
Let me just run through these and you see if this is the definition of Jeremy Hambly. Ego protection. When faced with uncomfortable...
It's not just that he's stealing the stuff. It's like the idea that it's like, it's okay to do it because everybody's doing it. Actual society destroying point of view. When you just start saying, oh, it's okay to start breaking the law because other people are breaking the law. Jacob with another 20 Donkey Kong coins says, he thinks you are a thief. He thinks you're a thief. I guess that's the way it's supposed to be read.
Well, emotions or impulses, projection helps shield the ego from perceived threats. That's him. His channel is dying. His views are down. He won't be seen as a successful YouTuber anymore. So that's why he's pumping out these short slop BS bullshit stolen content, is to artificially inflate his view numbers. Other creators have already confirmed that. And
it's like I said, like Jeremy doesn't believe in anything. He doesn't have any strong morals. He doesn't have a backbone. He doesn't have a spine. He doesn't have a soul. He's just a blob, amorphous blob rolling down a hill, the path of least resistance, like a fluid, like a shitty diarrhea coming out of a Walmart bathroom. Whatever is the easiest path to getting number go up. That's the only thing he cares about. And you see when he was talking about the Benny Johnson video from the last time he did the stream, he was just like, Benny Johnson's great. His content does well. That's the only thing he can say. The only virtue he holds is that if your content's big, you're a good person. He actually believes that.
You know, it's to protect his ego, his fragile ego, because the only thing that he has in his life that's been a success is his YouTube channel. His family life is not a success, and this is the only thing that he has. Let's look at number 2, avoiding responsibility. Projection enables individuals to sidestep accountability for their own actions and feelings by attributing them to others.
I feel like I'm under attack at the moment now. Playing dinosaur games instead of doing my work.
Exactly. Coping with anxiety. This is Jeremy Hambly has talked at length about his anxiety. You can even see him in that clip checking his own pulse.
He has anxiety.
Internal conflicts can be overwhelming. Projection externalizes these conflicts, reducing internal stress. And here we go. Reinforcing worldviews. People often project to validate their beliefs or assumptions about others, even when these assumptions aren't accurate. Yeah, there is a reason why people aren't stealing other people's content, Jeremy. That's because everyone knows stealing is wrong. So is false flagging. People learn that stealing is wrong between the ages of 3 and 5 years old.
Like, so somebody made like a reference. Let me see if it's still there. Yeah, it was Brad. Brad said he wants lobster grades for COD effort. This is a story that Jeremy told that I learned from the casino, actually, where when he was a child, he had like terrible results in school. And rather than tell him to like work harder and buckle down, his parents basically browbeat the teacher until they gave him good grades. And Jeremy's teacher said to him, Jeremy wants lobster grades for COD effort. And it turns out that his parents were just like these landlords that had 7 properties. So he never wanted for anything. He had every toy that he ever wanted. And he just could use whatever resources that his parents gave him to buy friends, which is why he thinks that like going on his show, getting clout is the only metric of friendship. It's like saying Melanie Mac shouldn't go on side scrollers because they're a dinky little show. She should be on big shows. By the way, like Melanie Mac does not have any pull. Okay, I don't know why people think, I'm not sure she has any audience at all. But yes, many such cases, many such cases.
He's the textbook definition of projection. Let's just go through the psychological impact of projection. And is this not Jeremy Hambly? Strained relationships, Constant projection can lead to conflict, resentment, and emotional distance in personal professional relationships. This is him. This is every single relationship that he's had on YouTube is strained. Emotional blind spots. By externalizing emotions, individuals avoid addressing the root causes of their struggles, hindering personal growth.
Apparently, this is the situation. This person that seems to be wearing a costume that looks like a mantis shrimp. Mel has simps, not fans. Maybe the case.
Root causes of his struggles is that his content fucking sucks ass and no one wants to watch it anymore. And he's a talentless hack.
He's a hack.
So instead of using discipline, even if you don't have skills, you can gain skills. You can use discipline to develop skills and then to make entertaining content. And then with that entertaining content, you can make money. But instead of doing that, instead of addressing the root causes of his dying, struggling channel, he's going to externalize. Perpetuating negative patterns. Projection reinforces unhealthy coping mechanisms. Yeah, like alcoholism. Reduced self-awareness.
Also consumerism, like just filling the void by buying useless dopamine rushes, Funko Pops, claw machines, RC toys, all of this garbage that he doesn't really care about. He just buys them as status symbols. His 7-foot gold, or was it 7-foot ocean sea saltwater tank? The fish died, chat. Spoiler alert that he killed the fish. They're all dead. They're in fish heaven now, which probably looks like the Great Barrier Reef. Somebody asked in chat earlier, I'm from Australia. I was born in Australia, but I've moved around quite a bit, so my accent isn't quite Australian.
Projection prevents individuals from gaining deeper insights into their thoughts and feelings, limiting emotional maturity. Is this not Jeremy Hambly? He's a lolcow. He's totally unself-aware. Totally unself-aware. A few days ago, he was claiming that his family was under attack, that his wife was being harassed. And what does he do? Literally, a few days later, he puts out a picture with him and his wife in it.
Again, this is the only picture you'll see of Jeremy where he's actually in front of his wife instead of hiding behind her.
What the hell? What the hell's going on? So anyway, guys, I just wanted to briefly make this video because you can see.
Okay, so the orangutans actually didn't have anything to do with this story. I was getting my hopes up. Oh well.
In this very, very short 18-second clip, the textbook definition of projection in this man child, in this.
All right, well, that is the show for today. Does it, and instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself. So we've got to do that.
Except we know stealing's wrong, Jeremy. So is false flagging people's.
Yeah, it's like it's literally that simple. Stealing is wrong. But Jeremy's like, well, how much views did you get from stealing?
Videos. But anyway, guys, just a little bit of a psychological analysis there, and just the textbook definition of projection. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend. We're going to be doing more content. We got some updates with Ricada coming up, and we're going to be reviewing some of Styx's writing. As a writer myself, I can't wait to do that video. So
okay, that's interesting. I think I'm subscribed to this on my other channels, but I'm going to subscribe right now. Make sure I don't miss that. I'm curious to see what he has to say about old Nicky Boy. Also, speaking of Styx, we got to do a show about him at some point. I wasn't going to mention him today, but there was this one. But here you go. You can see this person on Twitter. Pushfix said, I know we're all clowning on the quartering, but damn, Styx is becoming the Fallout ghoul. Look, we criticized Styx for putting on the tri-corner hat. Maybe you should put it back on. You know what? I'm going to accept that maybe the hat's fine. This is pretty scary though. Like that is actually some scary shit. What are the oranges for? Well, certainly not for preventing scurvy in Styx's case. But he's a pirate. All right. Round out the show, we've got this clip from Alyssa Clips. I've already pre-liked the video. Look at that. It says, D-Day Cobra joins Flashcast to discuss Jeremy Hambly, the quartering on, this was on the April show. I believe this was from yesterday. Does Yellow Flash, like, private his videos, his live streams afterwards? Because I can never seem to find them. Or does he make them, like, members only or something? M for your mum with a 2 says, his bull prolapsed Jer's bum. Maybe true. I don't know. We don't know. Let's take a look at this.
Hey, how's everyone's hi hi, what's up, what's going on, everyone? Good to see all of you. Flash actually invited me on Flashcast last week. I'm like, bro, I don't want to get involved in this shit, and I have proceeded to talk about it all
too late.
So something that might be confusing to people is D-Day Cobra, his name is Jeremy as well, but he's the good Jeremy. I believe some people call him Jeremy Prime. And a little bit of backstory for this is that the quartering said that everybody's channels were dying and that people are seething because views are down in the entire sector. Like Nerdrotic's dying, Critical Drinker's dying, D-Day Cobra's dying. Again, it's all projection, as Luther Morgan so succinctly put out. But it's just his channel that's dying.
Yes, he keeps giving us opportunities to talk about this shit, man.
Yep.
Like it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So happy to
won't
be here.
stop. But it did get
He won't
worse.
stop. It's absolutely.
I should play the clip, I guess, since I get so few opportunities to do it now.
But at least now it can't get much worse.
But it did get worse.
All right.
Unbelievable how bad it has become, and he is trying to, we all have said some stupid shit on the internet. All right.
Yep.
And you all
True.
like the chat's fixed to crush you. You're like, all right, can we move past?
But it did echo. It's literally StreamYard. With 2 more weeks, we're switching to OBS. Chat.
Can we move past it? That's what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to tweet past it. He's trying to upload past it. It's not gonna fucking
But
work.
it's the wrong move, Jeremy. You've got to get past it. You've got to ignore it. You can't be out there constantly giving more content to people regarding this.
He can't ignore it. Like, who's the guy speaking? That was Raging Rhino, I think. Or I think is an Australian. Jeremy can't ignore this because anytime he gets a little bit of liquid courage, his sober thoughts come out into his drunk mouth. And he's thinking about this constantly. He's watching this all day. He's absolutely obsessed. And every time he talks, it comes out. Like when he was trying to talk about Disney, and he says like the Marvel grift is dying. He said the YouTube grift is dying because he knows. He knows it's over for him. People have found out. He was just boring enough to people to not pay attention to. Just spineless enough that he could get under the bar. Because that's like, if you're wondering why Jeremy's popular in the first place, he was so milquetoast that he was the one person talking about the culture war issues that did not get banned. And when everyone else was gone, his content was the only thing to watch. That's why he's popular. His only redeemable quality is that he knows how to follow the terms of service enough to sneak under the radar. That's it. And that's not an admirable quality to have because you have to push the bounds. You have to have the breaking edge of comedy. But Jeremy doesn't believe in any of this. So that's why he's still around. But he was so boring that people would just continue to watch him and he'd get his views and his basically welfare from YouTube until he started to flag people down. And this is exactly what happens and why you never do this behavior.
Problem right now. But this is the thing. He's been on the internet forever. So how does he not know that this is the case?
I know. He's unblocked me now twice. He's blocked me and unblocked me twice.
He unblocked me too.
It's very feminine behavior, by the way.
Me some messages.
Yeah, he messages me. He'll block me and then he'll unblock me, message me, block me back.
Oh, it's like a high school ex-girlfriend.
Oh my God, he really is a woman.
It's really bad. It's really.
Even the women are calling him women.
He admitted that he's going through some feminist, like, what did he?
I'm female coded.
He's femme coded.
So yeah, he messaged Brittany Venti after she was talking about how she didn't want to have his ham babies because he said it was okay he wants to impregnate every woman he comes across, despite the fact that he's over 40, childless, and he can't seem to put a baby in his wife's belly. I guess her belly's kind of occupied by somebody else's seed. Who knows? That's just a theory, a cuck theory. But he will often talk about how he wants to impregnate other women, which is really strange and creepy behavior. And he did this to Brittany Venti. And then in response, she said she didn't want to talk to him in DMs. And then he sent her a DM saying, I'm feeling very women-coded recently.
That's it.
He really is a woman.
Well,
Oh
like,
my
for
God.
everybody, so this whole thing started with me and him because he put me and Gary. I think he used Flash in that original.
He did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he used me, Gary, and Flash as to justify why his. It's not that my channel's dying, guys. It's everybody in the space. Their channel is dying, and I'm like,
this just simply isn't true. By the way, in fact, some people are suggesting that like people like EFAP Mauler, who's kind of like tangentially related to the like the Friday Night Tights and Flash Gas and everything, and the Critical Drinker in particular. Some people were saying that the EFAP guys were making 8-hour videos specifically to game the algorithm because it approved of longer form content, which is just ridiculous. But they are doing very, very well recently. And it seems like longer form content is picking up in the algorithm as well, because people seem to like to having these like long podcasts you can listen to while driving or working or whatever. Certainly that's what I did. At least I used to be able to do with the Kino Casino Clip channel while I was at the gym. And now I can't because of Jeremy.
and then he said, and it's not their fault. And I'm thinking to myself,
my videos get more views than his.
I know.
No, but Jeremy has a good point on this.
Yeah, because I'm like, it is my fault because I stopped uploading videos. That's the exact reason.
Yeah, so DA Cobra used to make a lot more videos. Now he's doing live streams, which are much more profitable for him. And that's why he's focusing on that. But Jeremy says that means his channel's dying.
That my views are down. And he was basically using...
Hey, Luther the writer. Of course, you can check out his book in the pinned comment on the channel. Great videos with Jeremy. Some real good detective work there. Looking forward to seeing your next 2 videos. I think you said on Nick and Sticks. That should be good.
Of us to try to justify why his views are down.
But he was also saying that the culture war argument out there is just there's no clicks out there for that anymore. He tried to use that as why you guys' channels aren't doing channels aren't doing well when they actually are doing completely fine. I haven't seen a drop off really from like in regards to success from any of you, Gary.
Bro, imagine saying Gary's channel's dead. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's ridiculous.
I know.
So Gary is Nerdrotic, I believe.
Dude, Gary's a fucking rock star. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm on my
half a million to 1 million views a video. Gary's getting something like that.
No, what is death nail?
I'm on my 17th YouTube channel, and I got more live viewers roasting the quartering than he gets on his like daily show.
Yes, 100%.
Like if there's a failed channel out there, it's me, and I'm still beating him in the numbers.
I mean, YouTube is.
I mean, the thing with the Jeremy is like, even though we know that you can buy views and likes on Rumble, and even though we assume that he is botting because it seems to be the case, Jeremy did have one thing where he was on the front page of Rumble, and the way Rumble counts viewers is really weird. It's like if one person sees your video, it counts as a live viewer. So if you go to the Rumble main page, that's 1+ views to Jeremy's live stream, even if they click off and look for the content they're actually looking for. So Jeremy's views would look very high just because of the Rumble homepage, because boomers that are like, shitting their pants in old folks' homes can't be bothered to change the smart TV to something else. Rumble's no longer showing him on the front page anymore. He's no longer showing up in featured premium sections either. He is going down to his actual viewer base, which seems to be like a couple hundred people at most. Because his channel is fucking, like, if you look at his chat, and chat sometimes slows down and sometimes it's faster. You kind of say like, oh, press 1 in chat if you're alive. Things like that. You can kind of use to, gauge the audience and everything. Jeremy's chat is dead. He has no activity until recently, where he's getting a lot of trolls in the chat, which is very funny. Probably the best thing that has actually happened for his career in a while. But something's very weird's happening, and I don't know too much about this. I think Warski's going to do an expose on it because he's actually the first person I saw mention this. There seems to be like a kind of a ratio where if you get kind of like 10% of the viewers will actually interact with the post. So if you have 10,000 live views or 10,000 views on a video, you'll have about 1,000 likes. Jeremy apparently is getting 200, 300, 400% likes on his videos during a crisis, which doesn't make any sense. Like you would imagine like during a crisis, you get a lot of downvotes, even though like a downvote and upvote are basically the same weight in the YouTube metrics. So it actually helps people if you downvote them, funnily enough. But Jeremy's getting this weird amount of like these 40% of the people watching the video are liking the video, which is crazy high. And then you also have these really weird comments that seem to just be bot comments. So is he buying likes as well now? Because you can actually legally buy views on YouTube. It's pointless to do and a waste of money. But Jeremy admitted that he was doing this. He was using the YouTube Promote feature to post his videos as ads on other people's videos. So like, when you usually get like a YouTube ad, maybe it's like for Coke or something. Instead, it would just play one of his videos. That is terrible for YouTube engagement, by the way. The only thing it makes sense to do for is if you're a brand. But Jeremy was doing this, and then he's at the same time he says, "Look at my views, my numbers are doing great." He's also buying views. That's why when he was drunk and he posted like the 3 million views over like the last month video, he cropped out everything except the view number because it includes shorts and it includes bought views. He never shows how much money he's actually making on YouTube because it's nothing. Now, it might be a good amount of money for someone like me who has no overhead and has no staff to pay and has no expenses. But for a man that's paying his female guests $500 an episode to come on and talk with him, paying them to be his friends so he can goon to them live, that's not a profitable business. I guess maybe that's where the $300,000 of equity went, or credit went, right?
Very evolving system. It's always changing. It's always moving around. But if you have a core audience, they're not going anywhere. As long as you treat your audience correctly, as long as you are honest with them and authentic, they're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And Stuttering Craig said this the other day on Camelot's stream, I believe, and it's the most accurate thing ever. Have you ever met a quartering fan?
I think we're going to do a poll in the chat. Can I not do this? Why can't I do my polls recently? Damn it. For some reason, I can set one poll. I can't seem to end the poll. Or I'm not sure how that works. All right. If you've met a quartering fan, press 1. If you've never met a quartering fan, press 2. Have you ever met a quartering fan? Have you ever been out and someone's like, man, you got to check out a quartering video. He's Polish. It's true. He's lacking a pole. He's a Polak.
Like, seriously, like, has anyone actually seen a guy who walks around with
That's a lot of twos. Holy shit.
And celebrates being a quartering fan?
See, this is what Jeremy's chat should look like. Like this chat, like this is a big stream for me, like 1,200 people. Thank you, everyone. I love all of my audience. But yeah, obviously the Jeremy stuff's like a bigger draw recently. This is what a stream should look like with about 1,000 people. Jeremy claims to have 10,000 people watching him. And his stream looks like nothing. There's nothing there. Oh, what's this? Brian gifted something. What is that? What is that? He sent a clapping seal? Is that a new thing? It like shows up differently. Thank you for sending the gift. AM, member for 28 months, says Nick space Gur is a quartering fan. All right, well, Mr. Nick G apparently likes the quartering. You can fool me once with this one. It's not going to happen again. AM, you sneaky boy.
Him in the same category as Mike Zero. Have you ever met a Mike Zero fan?
Wearing a quartering shirt, drinking coffee brand coffee, just all quartering out.
Yeah, like he has viewers, but he doesn't have fans.
Yeah. And you guys do like meetups and people are trying to break through the windows to shake your hand.
Yeah. I mean, it's anyway, it's crazy, but I appreciate you guys having me on. I'll hang out for a little bit.
Well, we enjoy having a non-successful YouTube.
So I see someone in the chat says N. Did you guys, this is completely off topic, but Ben Stiller, who apparently is trying to make his own drink brand, like Stiller's or something. So Ben Stiller decided to spell out Nix on Twitter, one letter at a time, and he got to N. And people started building towers, and he was forced to delete the N. He got like 1,000 likes. His post saying N. What was he thinking? Or is Ben Stiller secretly based? I don't know.
YouTuber on Flashcast once in a while.
Yeah, my channel's under attack all the time. I'm just trying to,
Said the line.
I'm not here because I care about the topic. I'm just trying to hijack your audience and sell my coffee.
You guys ever see the picture of the baboon trying to hit the sleeping lion with a stick?
Yes.
That's exactly what the quartering's doing when he attacks Stonks and Gamers and Jeremy. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like,
I think that like that's a good analogy, but I think the quartering is more like the chick that's shoveling shit. Like, I mean, yeah, obviously it's Jeremy shoveling shit over the fence, and then is complaining when the shit comes back over. We got Firebrand with a 5. Says his Friday video is the 43rd in the popular videos on Rumble. But what is how popular is the 42nd then? Is it like 10 views? There's like 3 guys. There's like 3 guys on Rumble that actually get views. Like Russell Brand, that Darkens guy. I guess Viva Fry and Better Call Barnes get some views. What even is this time slot? So YouTube kind of works like Rumble kind of works like Twitch, where if you go to Twitch, it automatically starts playing a video, but it'll be random whatever your content that you like on Twitch will be. Like when you go to YouTube, you have the homepage, right? You have the homepage. It usually has 3 long form videos that will be recommended to you, and then like a bunch of shorts, unless you turn off shorts, which you can now do by setting the shorts you want on YouTube to 0, which is a good feature actually. Especially, it's going to be the death nail of Jeremy's channels, I guess. But it is what it is. But when you go to Rumble, there's a front page, and it'll always be the same video that the entirety of Rumble will see. And there's certain time slots where they'll feature different creators. So if you go at whatever time Jeremy streams at, if you go to Rumble, Jeremy will be the first video that you see on Rumble. And if you just stay on the homepage, you can watch his stream without actually clicking on it. So what he'll do is, like, for an hour, he'll have his time slot where he'll have like allegedly 10,000 people watching, but it's not actually really 10,000 people watching. It's botted views and also the Rumble homepage people who just go to the homepage and then click off and go to what they actually want to see. He will beg people in the chat. He's like, guys, we're about to go off the homepage. You've got to click on the Jeremy Quartering channel right now. Otherwise you're going to miss it. And he like fades away into obscurity and he goes down to like 400 Rumble viewers. But then the chat doesn't move at all. So that's kind of how it works over on Rumble. Some people like Rumble. I don't. I have my problems with Rumble, but I know some people do like it. But that's what the front page stuff is.
You have enough people like me, saying all the horrible things I can. You don't need to involve like the somewhat nice people with it.
Yeah, I just I've never had an issue with quartering over the years. I've made jokes, passive aggressive jokes that he's boring as when we were friendly, because He is boring. He has very boring videos. But I never had an issue with the guy, and he.
I mean, the thing is, Jeremy doesn't actually have his own videos. He just has other people's videos or other people's news articles. Jeremy has never put out his own opinion.
Always was helping channels and helping content creators and shouting people out. Unfortunately, that was all meant to be. It was all a big facade.
Selfish.
Yeah, it was all motivated.
Selfish reasons. It was all for himself.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Share my screen, Flash. Did you see that Brie Larson did a video on it?
I wish this was real. He shit his pants. So Jeremy made like, what are they, 150 videos about Brie Larson. And then he said he literally was collecting funds to build a shed on his property, which was going to be the Brie Larson goon/grape shed. I'm not even kidding about this. He's going to build a shed on that land.
If she made a quartering video.
Oh, dude, she's on her redemption arc, so she's completely redeemed herself.
People are still mad at her though. Like, I see in the comments, like, let's move on now. She's clearly learned her lesson.
Everybody just.
I mean, isn't that what we asked? Is just to stop being crazy, stop saying wild shit in your interviews, and she did.
She did. And she embraced the whole, role in the Nintendo movie. She was fine. She thanked the fans for being there. Yeah,
she did great during the Nintendo press tour.
She did. She did. I had a conversation today with Smash JT about this, but looking at his sub growth and everything, and people are like, "Oh, there's something sketchy about that." Like, I do believe that YouTube Shorts is a big piece.
Wait, who's this Tom Connors guy that like he just turned on his camera for a second, took a few puffs from a hookah, like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, and then turned his camera off? Actually, I think Tom Collins has shown up on EFAP and stuff before, so maybe he's a good guy. I don't know. But I just think it's funny. He just turns on, takes a few puffs, and turns it off.
Some people are like, "Oh, there's something sketchy about that." Like,
down here.
I do believe that YouTube Shorts is a big piece.
And now he's gone.
Like,
he just turns on the camera for a second. Who are you?
It is.
100% is.
They only watch YouTube Shorts. They don't watch your long form content.
Absolutely. Like, but it is a way to manipulate people to thinking you're so okay. Here's a classic case of this. Okay, we have the theme park channel, Park Hoppin'. Okay, and it's relatively been stagnant in terms of growth. We haven't been doing a ton over there. Krista Nova uploaded a short a week and a half ago to Park Hoppin'. It was a 7-second short of like in Red Shell at Epic Universe. It's got 2.6 million views.
Yeah.
In the last week and a half, we've gained about 500 subscribers off that.
So you made 20 cents?
Exactly. And not one of those people are going to watch our live stream. Not one of those people.
I'll just jump in here to defend the shorts a little bit. I do some gaming shorts. I do shorts for all kinds of content, but most recently I've been doing it for gaming. So I got one short that has 1.1 million views, and it made $160. So that's the kind of monetization. I think that's a fairly standard monetization rate. The shorts that they're talking about here, and this is kind of like YouTube backend, like business. Usually nobody cares about it, but I find it fascinating. Previously, shorts were really bad. What they did is they changed YouTube Shorts so that the YouTube Short can earn the same amount of money as a long form content, provided it's the same watch time duration. What this means is if you have a 1-minute video that gets 1 million views, it would earn the same amount of a 10-minute video that was 1 million views, but a tenth of that. So it's like it's equalized. But typically people watch shorts for like 10 seconds or something. So if you have 1 million views, it's not going to be obviously as much as a 10 million long form content. But that's how it works now. They equalize the payment system for that. So YouTube Shorts do pay more now, which Jeremy seems to be taking advantage of, although it doesn't seem like it's working very well for him right now.
They're going to watch a regular video. They're not going to watch it. But it makes it look like, if you look at our analytics right now, it makes it look like the channel is booming all of a sudden.
Well, I don't know if you were in the chat earlier, but I showed, because I've only got one, but it's one short that has 1.3 million views on it. And it's, I got 1,300 subscribers from it, but that doesn't equate to people coming back and watching my longer form videos or anything.
And again, this is like probably from the older form of shorts. When the shorts first came out, YouTube had no idea what they were doing with them. And shorts were both good and bad for certain channels. You could get thousands of subscribers from shorts because YouTube was pushing it so hard to compete with Instagram and TikTok. But what they've done now is that shorts, long form content, and live streams are almost completely separate. It's almost like YouTube is 3 different apps. And if you watch shorts, it'll almost never recommend you the long form content. So the idea is Jeremy's putting forward is like, well, if I put out like tens of millions of views in short slop content, then that's going to be extra people watching my long form content. But it doesn't work like that anymore. It used to. Now, there can be a few exceptions to this. Like if you make a short form promo and then you link it to the video that you're talking about, that can get some crossover. But it's like 1% you might get across from this. It's very small and almost a complete waste of time. Although there are some people that make quite a lot of money out of shorts, but only the people that are getting like 10 million views per short.
Like that.
What I think he does, Jared, is I think he leverages it to get deals off of YouTube. He'll just
Correct.
screenshot it and say, look at these views. Look at these views I got.
No, I deal with a lot of these places and stuff, and so they just want your analytics. They don't care about the specifics. They don't care about the details. And if you, I feel weird about that. Like, listen, YouTube is not complicated.
Apparently, Tom Connors is from the Midnight Edge morning show. Did that channel get demonetized? I think I remember hearing something about like that channel was unironically under attack. It sounds vaguely familiar.
Like me that has this many channels, I know what works and what doesn't work. I love Josiah Rises, and I see the
he's
shit
got
he
it
puts
nailed
out.
down.
I can't do that type of shit, bro. I love you, Josiah, but like I can't go that hard on the clickbait. Like I can't. But
It's a new surprising twist.
It's fucking crazy what Josiah.
Yes, apparently people are saying that Tom got yeeted. So he was making actual content and he gets removed, and people like the quartering just get to exist and steal other people's shit. This is why people complain about shorts. This is why shorts are slop. Like shorts don't have to be slop. They are slop currently because that's what YouTube is rewarding. People are rewarding Jeremy's behavior. So why should he change? And that's exactly how he thinks about it as well. Because a normal person would say like, well, your bad behavior is being rewarded. Why would you say? Why would you change? You would say because it's wrong. Because it's the right thing to do is not to, indulge in this this immoral behavior. Jeremy says, no, I'm getting rewarded for it. So I'm doing the right thing.
I love all the new twists, too.
Motherfucker's getting 500,000 views per video, and he knows the game. But I like that we have a core audience at Geeks and Gamers, as you do here on Flashcast. You know what I mean? Like, I like that we have an audience that if something happens to us, if something happens to our channel, they're going to follow us over to another platform and support us there. That is the best feeling in the world as a content creator to have.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you're constantly bumping up numbers, and it's almost like I compare it to the Nintendo Wii. You remember when the Nintendo Wii was out?
Yes.
Remember you walk into
you could never find one.
But remember when you walk into GameStop and you would walk over to that Nintendo Wii wall and you were like, look at this.
Not the Wii wall. Now, the Wii wall is something very different in Jeremy's house. In the gaming space where they're talking about, this is just a wall covered with Wii games.
Fucking garbage party and family-friendly bullshit. You couldn't find a good game. It was like a needle in a haystack. Somewhere there's a Mario Galaxy. Somewhere there's a Zelda. But it's oversaturated with general family-friendly bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you are going to focus on pumping your numbers constantly just so you can get advertiser dollars, you're never going to build a real fan base.
True.
And that's what the quartering has done right now. He doesn't have a real fan base, but he has numbers that he can present to advertisers.
That's probably
and he's flooding the market. And like, I think that's kind of what D-Day was meaning, is that like maybe there is some good stuff out there, but you can't find it because people like the quartering are completely flooding the platform with garbage so they can get their bag and get out.
Smartest thing Jeremy has ever said.
He's smart with the algorithm and stuff. I'm
just picking on him.
No, yeah, of course, no problem. But don't make me start to my Superman, motherfucker.
Let's not get into that shit. Let's not even start.
But
I remember.
I think it speaks to like what motivates people to start a YouTube. Like Flash, do you remember the first time you got a video to 100 views?
Oh yeah, man.
You're like,
first 100 subscribers.
100 views. I remember it too.
I had to show my
my great, like that's probably the most I was ever excited for. That and like 1,000 and then 100,000.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think a lot of us, we start the YouTube channels because we have a message or some kind.
Boomers must like the quartering. I don't know if it's that. I just think they haven't seen an alternative, because anyone that's seen Jeremy's stuff and then seen anybody else immediately switches from Jeremy's. Like, the only reason that Jeremy is popular is that he did not get banned in a time where basically everyone was getting banned for having an edgy opinion, and he was just milquetoast enough to get by. Everyone else got the platform. Jeremy never got, apart from his Magic the Gathering channel, Jeremy never lost a channel. His channel was never really under attack. He just used that because people, like, you hear like, oh, the woke left is coming for you. And it's like, well, it's the tribalism that you can play into. And it's like, well, we've got to stand together. We've got to buy his $100 coffee bags because otherwise the left wins. He exploited that. He's very manipulative.
Kind of thing we want to talk about, something to fight with wokeness or whatever, or you want to push forward an idea.
I started
feel like the
reviewing
quartering-
comics
yeah,
on my kitchen table.
Yeah, I feel like the quartering given the multitude of channels and how much he's pivoted, like his main impetus was, I want to make money. And that just doesn't really
that's his only impetus, is making money.
Translate to a core audience really easily.
I just did it as something fun to do.
I started a channel because of Kathleen Kennedy, actually.
Well, that's why he has to go after.
Actually, if I'm being completely honest, it's a good thing that Jeremy's here, because the reason why I started a channel was because I sent him originally, like, this is going back to like 2018 or 19, on Facebook. I sent Jeremy a message that was like a novel long, and I fully expected him to read it and report on that in a video. And I'm like, he didn't do that, so I'm going to start my own channel.
Well, that's because he can't read, obviously.
Well, he's leaving a part out.
He can't read a book. This is the if Raging Rhino sent him a message that was like, "Woke left bad, me lord," then he would have read it. But Jeremy saw those 2 paragraphs. He's like, "I'm out. Nope, that's not for me."
All right, so I was a big YouTube star. Rhino sent me dick pics, and I blocked him. Okay? No, but
wrong, Jeremy.
I wish I would have read it.
Oh, are they talking about D-Day Cobra? Okay, it gets confusing.
I'm sorry, man. So,
No, dude.
It's
but
probably still there. You can read it today.
There's too many Jeremys.
Has to like cope on stream and talk about Nerdrotic and Jeremy and Flash on a stream as far as like viewers and stuff, and say like, oh, these.
All right, guys, I made a mistake there. Okay, they were talking about other Jeremy. You got it. Okay, I got it. Still, my point stands that Jeremy can't read, but apparently I can't listen. Wheel Snipe Sally, member for 1 month, says, or new person says, wonder if Jer and Nick had the same bull, Lamol. I wonder if they use the same bull though.
Channels are dead or whatever, because he hasn't built himself an audience. That's why he has to cope.
Oh, by the way, actually kind of adjacent Jeremy news. So in the posts, because Luther Morgan said he was going to be putting his next video out on Nick, in the post where Josh Moon tricked the Rumble CEO into revealing there's no such thing as a 5-year contract, Nick is actually begging in response to that post saying, "Hello there, Rumble CEO. Can you, how about a LawTube / trial watch segment of Rumble? I would love to be your top guy." As if he thinks he can be the biggest fish in a small pond or something. It's really pathetic. Like, they won't even take his DMs now. And now he has to like be the reply guy. Every time Chris posts something, he's reply guying, "Hello, my lord. Can we please have a trial / real crime segment of Rumble? I promise it'll be big. Please give me a contract." It's rough out there. It's rough out there in the Baldo bunker.
When he's talking about like viewers and how many viewers he has on a live stream, or how many views he gets per video, because he hasn't built anything. He hasn't really built anything. If you if you really look at it, he's just it's all algorithmic. That's it. He's playing the system, but he hasn't built like that core audience that will tune in every single day. You know, it's like, oh, here, let me see what's on. Oh, it's kind of boring. I'm gonna tune out.
Chris must hate the quartering. Like, Chris is probably in a very bad position because their channel is, the Rumble platform is we're the free speech platform. We're the people that, like, if you get banned, we'll never ban you. We'll let you say whatever you want, which isn't necessarily true, but that's what they claim to be. To have Jeremy, maybe one of their biggest channels, to say like, I'm going to go to platform people and then you can come join Rumble, it's such bad optics. But he can't disavow because it goes against the entire principle of the platform. I think that he's quietly admitting that he hates Jeremy just by the fact that he's not getting the contract. And then he went to say that thing that there's no 5-year contracts, which is completely the reverse of what Jeremy was saying. But yeah, it's a pretty bad position for him to be in. Unfortunate. But that's the thing, it always happens.
Tune out. I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna tune out. Nobody's really going to stay there.
And to be fair, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with building your following that way until you start striking other channels down.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't even be really going in on him like this if he had the false flag shit. That's it. I go after anybody that does that.
Yes. And that's the issue right here. I don't care what type of way he, like, I've known how the quartering does his shit for years. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Like, and I don't mean that like from a manipulative standpoint. I mean that like, I know he worked the algorithm. That we all have worked the algorithm in some capacity.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that. It is and I know I'm repeating what many people have said, but it's important for qualifiers. When you as a content creator false flag or threaten to false flag another creator,
because when you do that, you're just basically telling your audience to go do it too.
Yes.
Yeah. You signal to your audience that it's totally okay to do that now.
Yep. So
100%.
You know, it is what it's.
And it's throwing stones in a glass house, because
it is what it is.
If the quarterings channel was just snapped away, what would he have? Like, how many people would come back to the next channel of his?
Yep.
Nobody. I mean, it's worse than this though, because like Jeremy can't even take any time off. He's a prison. He's suffering from his own, I guess you can call it success, but he's suffering. He literally said he can't take a vacation. Imagine, what's the point of it all? You can't take some time off for yourself. He's going to try and grind for the next 2 years and retire. I don't see it happening.
Well, you know, he had 25,000 people watching him on Rumble, apparently.
If he goes away for a week, he's just not coming back.
Like, the chat moves.
There's like a, I can't remember the book that I read one time. It's one of those books that you read, every kid reads in school, but it's like something about this, like he was like a troublemaker on the streets of New York or something, but someone made a joke that he's like a bird with no legs, where he has to keep flying. The second that he sets down, he can never take off again. That's what Jeremy's momentum is. If he goes away for a week and the boomers break out of the slopnosis, then they're not coming back, because they'll just find something else to fill the void.
Like 50 people are in it.
There's 50 people there though.
Bro, and I can speak directly from experience. Go over to our Sports Wars YouTube channel, or Sports Wars Rumble channel. Okay, we have the biggest sports channel on Rumble. I'm putting quotation marks up there right now, but it is the biggest one based on followers. Our last stream has 1.4 million views.
Yeah, wow.
Guess how many likes it has?
250,000.
70 likes.
Oh,
He doesn't have any children to work for. Look, you have to understand what Jeremy's doing. He's going to build a pyramid on his land, and he's going to bury himself in a sarcophagus full of Funko Pops. Those are going to be his canopic jars. Each one is going to have a turd inside it, a different Funko Pop. By the way, I did end up watching The Mummy Returns last night. Still pretty fantastic movie. Love the humor in those movies. It really holds up well. Some of the CGI is not as good, but yeah, Jeremy's going to be like the mummy. He's just going to be buried with all of his possessions so we can enjoy it in the afterlife. He's scoring points for the afterlife, chat.
And since
He's going to build a church on that land.
Up. So yeah, it's like, seriously, it has 1.4 million views on a live stream from a week ago. 70 likes
Is
are
this
on the
true? You went to school with Brendan Fraser? Brendan Fraser is like one of my favorite actors. Brendan Fraser went through that whole like suffering arc where he was like the alimony guy, but then he like came back and everyone loves him. I'm really happy to see that he's having a good time. Big fan of Brendan Fraser.
Stream, no comments.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't add up.
Doesn't make any sense. And then Jeremy Wormy for 20 says the quartering just needs to talk about himself. It works perfectly.
He should absolutely should. He should be like big YouTuber flagging scandal, and he should just put like he should put his face, but then like blur it out so that it's clickbaity, and then clicks on it, and he starts talking about himself. That'd be a great upload.
I mean, he kind of already did that, but by mistake with this one, right? He's already done this video before. He's got the thumbnails already ready. All he has to do is talk about the situation. YouTube moron finds out. I'm not even joking. This is an actual Jeremy quartering video. I guess this is about the one that went to like the North Sentinel Island, just basing off the mahogany men that I see in the background there.
The thumbnail should say the Kino Casino under attack.
Yes, that would be great. Come on, quartering, you get 100,000 views off that shit, man.
He needs them too.
That would ironically
It's
be
been 9 days since he's had a video over 100,000.
a good way for him to kind of apologize.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Do a Kino Casino is under attack video.
I don't think you can apologize. Like, Monday man apologize.
It's too late. Like that's what I said that on my screen. He's basically burnt his bridges now based on the actions, despite whether he actually did these things or not. The evidence is all pointing to the fact that he is involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious that he did do these things, but even if he didn't, like in this wild, crazy situation where Jeremy did not actually flag them and call up YouTube, he encouraged it and began the entire process by saying these things to Josh Moon. He gave license to other flaggers to take the action into their own hands, even though we know that it would have to have been him, just based on the way that the Andy Warski channel and the Clip channel went down at the same time, two unrelated channels. They're related in the content, but not in the terms that they're set up in, is what's important. It would have to be somebody at YouTube making this call that Jeremy said that he had access to. It went down exactly how he said it was going to happen. So why would we assume anything else?
In the flagging situation in these channels and in these videos being taken down or whatever.
You could have came back from the cuck stuff.
You're now losing though the trust of all your peers, and nobody's going to trust you anymore. Nobody's going to want to work with you anymore. You've done it to yourself.
Yep,
bitch.
Yeah,
He's under attack.
Yeah, I really don't think you can really come back from the cuck stuff, but that's because there's too much cum on his back.
People have
Oh,
overcome.
gross.
I mean, look at that Vaj guy's horses, and he's still around.
Well, his audience is liberal degenerates. The quarterings audience is like mindless boomers and like
Yeah, but also-
casual Gen X.
Also,
Wouldn't that be like an amazing thing to see? Jeremy comes out as a cuck and then he just switches to the left and then he just starts like aping Vosh. That'd be so funny.
too, sometimes when these people do make a comeback, they're not quite at that same level that they never get to that same level ever again.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're in a weird place right now with the internet, with AI and YouTube Shorts, and you know, just there's such an easy way to build an audience of you know, to inflate your numbers. So I don't know if, like, listen, Jeremy Hambly is a very, very smart internet creator, and his
I'm not sure. I think what he means is very effective. You know, like anteaters are very, very effective at eating ants. I don't think they're smart. They have the right tools for it. Jeremy's brain is just like perfectly designed to steal content. I wouldn't say that makes him smart. He's more like an animal acting off of acting out of instinct. Just shit, eat, and post slop. That's all he does.
been able to
allegedly.
Well, again, man, he's
right now.
got a huge contract with Rumble. Apparently, I don't know if he.
I wonder what the ROI is on that.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. But he is.
Where is your mansion then, genius? It's right here. You can see it. Okay, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
You know, getting 2 million subscribers on YouTube, regardless of how he did it, he did it. You know what I mean? That's an accomplishment that few people can get to. So
he did that when he wasn't a cuck and a bitch, and now he is a cuck and a bitch. So
yeah, I just don't know if like I'm not willing to say that he's just completely done.
You have about the same. You have about the same chance of seeing my house as we do of seeing this mysterious Ford F-150 at Jeremy's house. That's not going to happen.
He's not Mundane Matt.
No,
Mundane Matt is a retard. So
do I live in a gay club? Why? Because I've got the LGBT lights.
I don't understand.
Hold up. Wait.
Oh, he's got the LGBT lights.
It's RGB. Yeah.
Controversy.
It's not going to be what it was, though.
It's not the controversy that's going to take him down. Honestly, it's his severe alcohol abuse diagnosis. That's what's going to take him down.
Yeah, now that's a whole different ballgame, and yeah, that's definitely a real
But
possibility.
he broke the golden rule.
So
He broke the
quartering,
golden rule in
again,
regard to getting
quartering.
people taken down.
Quartering,
Did
I have
you-
a colleague that has a friend that runs an executive rehab program. You can DM me or email me or tweet at me, and I'll set you up incognito. You could be incognito to incognito and get treatment for your use diagnosis.
Yeah, I mean, my goodwill on it. Like when I messaged him and told him, you know, because he has my phone number, and I'm like, you need somebody to check you, bro. Call me, and he blocked me. And so at that point in time, it's just like, I got nothing left. Like if there's no point in trying to be respectful or nice, so if that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. And so
There's only so much that you can do. There's only so much you can do for somebody that doesn't want to be helped.
Well, unfortunately, for some,
Or doesn't think they did anything.
Yeah, like I guess it sounds like he's about to say what I'm about to say, but like Jeremy doesn't believe he's in the wrong. He's completely justified in his actions because everyone that he flags down are just breaking his grift, which is the only thing that's a sin in Jeremy's life. So he has no remorse. He doesn't feel anything for these people. He doesn't think he's done anything wrong, so why should he apologize? Barry Mix Oxen with that 2 says meme is unclipped. He has a hood. It's true. When I was born, I didn't leave a tip. I think that's what the reference is, which is strange because, you know, I love Israel so much. Now that the check is cleared.
Wrong, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately for some people, when they have access to resources, their use diagnosis ends up worse. Like if you're poor as hell, you can't afford all the liquor. But this guy's rich. Okay. I said it before, but he said he drives around drunk so much he should have an honorary DUI. That's a quote from him.
That's not a good thing to say.
So that the story doesn't end well. So he legitimately needs his family, who I'm assuming loves him, to stage an intervention and get him in a
My
rehab.
nose says differently. Unironically, when I was in university, somebody was like, they came up to me and they're like, "You're not Jewish, are you?" And I'm like, "No." And then they told me a Jewish joke about noses. I'm not sure. I do have a bit of a snoz. I do definitely have a bit of a snoz. I can remember the joke too. It's so stupid. I don't know why. This is like a canon event when there's basically there's very few Jewish people in New Zealand, which is where I went to university. It's like a canon event that I remember. It's so off hat to have Jewish jokes in that country because there's like no Jews.
And you can tell all of this stuff's getting to him because he's now what?
For context, I think the joke was, what happens if a Jewish man walks into a wall with an erection? He hurts his nose. I think that's what the joke was. Jeremy Wormy with a 2 says just because. Much appreciated.
2 days sober, he mentions on a stream yesterday, I think it was, or
Maybe
whatever.
it'll be the best thing that ever happened to him.
And you know, he's now trying to cope by saying, "Oh, I've got to go off and do some lazy shorts." You know, at the end of his stream when he's about to wrap up, like
just think about that term. Think about someone that walks up to you and says they're 2 days sober. Does that person have a problem? 2 days sober.
Yeah, like this is a thing. Like I said this before as well, but apparently there is a psychological thing where if you tell people that you're going to do something, like I'm going to write a book, I'm going to quit drinking, I'm going to lose weight. If you tell people that, they always congratulate you. You're like, oh, that's so good. That's great. I love to hear it. And then you get the dopamine reward for not doing anything. So it's better to not tell people these things until you actually accomplish the goal because it gives you a higher chance of succeeding. But like going on stream and saying, I'm 2 days sober, what a thing to say. I mean, if you pass out drunk, you could wake up 2 days later and they'd technically be at the same point as Jeremy.
Got it on my birthday, and then he trended for that the next day because he was obviously drunk again that night. Drunk, tweeting, deleting shit. Just leave it up. I mean, I guess I'll take some stuff down sometimes, and the reason I would is because it just kind of got annoyed with it.
there was an entire day this week where he deleted all his tweets from an entire day.
He always does that.
No, I've never done that.
Just any day that ends with a Y.
Man, something wrong. Get some help.
And I guess
I forgot about this.
Other aspect of the story that pisses me off is I've known that YouTube does some F crap when it comes to
bro ran into Kangaroo Jack.
Just yanking channels.
I'm still mad about Kangaroo Jack. It's such that movie was the biggest false advertising. I thought this was going to be about a movie about a kangaroo that could fucking talk. The kangaroo's barely in that fucking movie.
Right, like I know there's YouTubers out there who can just make a call and get a channel taken down, but for someone who just spent years just I'm the free speech warrior
and fighting for channels that get taken down.
That's what pisses me off.
Same here, man. Listen, I can't tell you how many times I have talked to him up on streams through all of the hate that he gets for years. I'm like, I know Jeremy. He's a good dude. He looks out for channels that are being taken down. Like it is just such an abandonment of who you have been for all of these years. He was known as the guy who would help channels, help people that had their channels taken down, standing up for free speech. And for him to just completely flip on that entire, narrative and idea of who he was is incredibly disappointing, man. It really is. So that's why we are where we are. And I feel, I do feel bad that I talked him up all those years of like being a good dude and helping people and looking out for smaller channels. He was that guy, but he's clearly that guy no more. Maybe the success finally
I think he was always just doing that to get the attention from doing it. It's the kind of guy that gives a charity and then tells you about it, Because I remember I very vaguely have been aware of Quartering's existence for a while, like seeing him on like the Battling with Jim and stuff, and more recently with the Eliza Blue stuff, because I was, I'm friends with like Farron Balanced, and she was doing this stuff on Eliza Blue, and Jeremy took all the work, and that's what which is what he always has done for the entire time, and people were criticizing his journalistic integrity, and then he's just calling everyone else clout goblins. So he was always willing to take work from people that were smaller than him. So I'm not sure that this is actually he was actually looking out for small channels. It was always performative.
I mean, he forgot who he was. I don't know.
Panicking about something. I mean, it seems like he's got, the way that he asks for money all the time, it feels like he's having some kind of financial thing going on.
Well, let me quote.
Well, that's a really good point. Why would you, if you were a millionaire, and this is exactly how the entire situation started, is that Jeremy was kind of Schrodinger's beggar, where he's both rich and poor at the same time. When he needs something, he's broke. He's about to fire people. He's about to kick pregnant women out on the streets because he can't keep the lights on anymore. But when he's want to flex on you, then he's rich. Then it's look at his Rolexes. Then he's you're just a poor nobody that can't understand his wealth. And it made people mad. People got really pissed off about it. That's why the Kino Casino started even talking about this in the first place, apart from him shitting on Walmart. But because they were well, let's see the finances. And Jeremy did agree to show the finances. He said when he had the liquid courage, I will give you 7 years of his 1090s, whatever it was. I'm not familiar with the American tax documents. He said, happy to do it, happy to show the documents, happy to show everything. Let's do it. Let's do the audit. But the thing is, he wanted to go on to their show then provide his cropped information. They wouldn't have any time to verify this thing. They didn't want that. They always wanted to have it be in the hands of an accountant or like Caleb Hammer or someone that does financial related stuff, so they could actually verify whether or not he's in dire straits or if he's rich. If he's in dire straits, then the begging makes sense, but it's pathetic. But then he can't pretend to be a rich man. He has to maybe sell off some Rolexes. If he's doing wealthy, then maybe you got to stop begging your audience for $10,000 so you can go to AmFest and then not even deliver on your promises.
Everybody's father here. Success doesn't change a person. It just shows who they really are.
That's true.
That's a good one.
That is true.
Because we brought up the top grossing streamers earlier. Number one was Tom Grossi.
If you have to take a home equity loan, how rich are you? That's a good point. The thing is even if he says that he had to take it because like, well, it's like all my assets were invested. He said he's cash rich. He doesn't have any stonks. It's all in like savings.
That guy gives millions of dollars to charity. He was a public school teacher before he did YouTube. He's always been a good guy.
Ringo Mayo says for 2, check his pulse. Says again for 2, he wasted his millions on a Neo Geo collection.
Let's be real. The reason this is all happening is because Kino Casino is so fucking good at what they do.
Yep.
You're effective.
This is why you never mess with someone funnier than you are. It's just very true.
Are amazing. They're so funny and they are so on point.
They're clearly two good friends and they're both funny. And so their banter is very entertaining.
Yes, it's so good.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how like I've noticed that people that like beef with the casino, they always try and tear them apart. It's like, oh, Andy's too good for PvP. Oh, PvP's too good for Andy. It's like they have a really good dynamic. They really play off each other well. There's a true synergy there, where they're both of them together is greater than the parts of them separately.
When PPP pulled out that big triangle, I lost it.
Oh yeah, I was kind of on the border with them because I kind of tried to respond to one of the things. Like I'm not so sure, but then I was watching them. And PPP is just like, you're wrestling the pigs, Jeremy, and I'm a fatter, better pig than you. I just thought, okay, roast himself. I'm a fan now.
Potentially criminal, says for 2. There's no room for
Sean. This is a reminder that if you go to the Dragon's Treasure, I'm not going to make any fucking money from the Dragon's Treasure, am I? Because, oh wait, where is the damn thing? If you go to the Dragon's Treasure and use code COPE or code CRIMINAL, you will get 10% off delicious tea. Every tea that you buy felts Jeremy because he's not getting, that's a sale that he doesn't get for his coffee brand Sloppy. But apparently if you use code JUBIL, you get 15% off, which is 5% more than my code. So I don't know why you would use code COPE. So you can felt yourself and use code COPE and give me money, or you can use code JUBIL and give all the money to the Dragon's Treasure. Thanks a lot, Dragon's Treasure. Sponsored by thedragonstreasure.com.
Orders in the 199 Club.
Well, that's fine. I saw your shout out the other day. I appreciated that. And hail to Alyssa Clips for all the best clip channel out there.
Alyssa Clips, shout out to Clips.
Right. She does do good clips.
She does. And she always, at least, she always hits me up if she's going to upload something. I told her she doesn't have to. Like the most recent one was like a 30-something minute clip because I did not want to put that on G&G too. So I was glad that she put it on her channel.
All righty. I guess there we go. Now, in, I believe, just 2 days' time, the casino is back. Let me see if I can find this real quick for a second. Something just... this one? All right. There he is. So that's about rounds out the show for today. I actually have to get back to my real work. But I've been having some great time with these streams. Big support, big turnout. You love to see it. You love to see the chat moving like Jeremy could only dream about. On a small, my dinky little 20,000 subscriber channel. But I love everyone that shows up in chat. I especially love K-Bar, who just gifted $10, who says, in 1994, the band Sonic Youth released a song called Bull in the Heather. That's scary. Holy shit. If I could play copyrighted music, I would play it, but we can't do that on YouTube. So instead, we'll go out on a tune from Milky Muse, who's a great channel, actually. Some people are asking about this channel. It's The Milky Muse, and he has this song, Quartermaster, which is my favorite. He's got 2 more, but I'm going to go on this one because I like this one. I'll check out these ones. Maybe we'll play them next time. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and peace. Have a great day out there. And don't be like Jeremy.
I'm flying my flag at quartermast, running a quarter past empty. I'm pooped and I'm gassed. My wife's all but left me. She won't let me smash. Guess I'll try my luck on the Astrocast. What's left for a huckster, a fraud, and a hack, but to sinful lackluster old Melanie Mac? I've got a doctor when Claire turns her back, then it won't be her channel that's under attack. I'm flying my flag at quarter-mast, running a quarter past empty. I'm pooped and I'm gassed. Mac whispered, help me, when I finagled to smash. I'm still just the cock on the Astrocast. But I'm the sneakiest fucker and a flagged to match. A slimeball cocksucker who felt come from a snatch. Hey, Jubal, come fucker, I want another batch. World's greediest cock